And hello, everybody. And we are back with more Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
Where we had last left off, our party had their dog sled stolen from them as they had left it unattended and tracked them down back to the city of Easthaven, where they found a handful of Duragar on a based-in ferry and has taken their stuff after some very intense combat and some near falling of two of our party members. The party has been victorious with only two of the Duragar seeming to escape. The party has retrieved their cargo and has made their way to the Wet Trout Inn. Where, upon entering the inn, is mostly empty with a barely awake barmaid.
Let me just
Ellie,
remember how
if I roll high enough on perception, can I see the NPC indicator above this barmaid?
You know what? Roll with a perception.
See the what about this barmaid?
Hey, don't worry about it. It's a running gag between me and Daly.
Okay. It's fine. I don't mind being out of the loop. I'm definitely not salty about that.
18, you definitely see an orange indicator.
Oh
Don't know what that means, but okay.
no! Nessa also doesn't know what that means, but Daly as a player knows what that means, and it's great.
But so Celesta is literally just gonna march over to her and slap like how much gold do I have? I'm just gonna slap oh, I don't have a lot of money at all anymore. Shit. I'm just gonna walk up to her and be like, hey, we need a couple of rooms. It's been a long day.
An older looking dwarf lady turns to you. So you need some rooms? Alright.
I'm watching you, Wazowski.
Hey.
And I have a very unique question for you.
Alright, what do you got?
We've got a very large cauldron filled with very good soup, and I was wondering if we could trade our rooms for the night for you using that cauldron until we move.
Well, let me go see this cauldron you got.
Alright. Sebastian, and I turn over, and Sebastian, by the way, who still has the arrows in him,
Yep.
perked up. He's also standing very close to me and keeping between me and Nessa the whole time. Sebastian, could you go grab the cauldron for us? He looks at me.
He just stands
looks at
there.
Nessa, and just stands there, staring at Nessa. Sebastian, she's not going to hurt me. It was a magical spell.
Nope. Still not moving.
Mom doesn't even like me.
Not smart enough.
He rolled a 3.
Yeah, not smart enough. Doesn't know what that means.
Would he feel better if he sleep with you and Nessa?
I don't think he's going to leave my side until he calms down about this.
I'll go grab the cauldron.
Thank you so much, love.
And as you see Dahlia walking out, her head still hurts. She's still kind of just like bone exhausted and like slightly loopy. She's just like, she's not walking funny, but there's definitely something off.
Oh dear. Alright, one moment, she'll be back. I imagine it's at this point pretty trivial for Talia to grab the cauldron and bring it in, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
again, she can carry a weight class bigger than herself, so it's not the fact that it's really heavy for her, it's big.
Yeah,
an awkward
but she is
size.
also very large, so
I'm not that big, thank you very much.
you're 8 foot, right?
Not quite.
Like 7.5.
7'2". I'm short, okay?
You're short. I'm the shortest one in this party except for Sebastian. And
Okay,
Sebastian can't be any bigger.
I am
Sebastian's a
never
glorified dog.
going to drop that bit that Thalia is like extremely short for her race.
But it's
I think
towering
it's-
over everybody else.
Yeah, I think it's the funniest thing ever.
I just love the idea of every time someone's like, wow, you're a tall one, aren't you? You're like, actually, I'm really short, but thanks for noticing. I'm gonna ladle out a bowl of the soup for the lady at the inn and be like, here, try it. It's actually really good. I don't know who did the spicing on it, but it's delicious.
You adventurers always confuse me. And she tastes soup. Hot damn, this shit's good.
I guess is just standing 6 feet away from Celesta at all times, and she's just doing that sort of awkward thing where her hands are just kind of folded in front of her, and it's just kind of like glancing over at Sebastian, who's still glaring at her.
Trying to innocent
Right
face.
in the eye. He is glaring you right in your eyes, keeping a tight look at you. Like he is not keeping his eyes off of you.
Celesta, but I ain't it.
Nope. He's not that smart though.
This dwarven barmaid looks over the pot, seeing it's still barely full. Alright, we can use this, and that'll be trade for your rooms. We go get you some keys.
And all you have to do is add water. Trust me, it turns into soup immediately. It's very cool.
Hey, again, you adventurers confuse the fuck out of me. How many rooms you need?
2, I believe. Unless you two want to stay in separate rooms.
I don't really mind either way. How do you feel about it?
I mean, I would prefer to stay with you, but I don't think that Sebastian, and she looks over at Sebastian, who's just shaking his head slowly while looking at you.
I don't care either way. I just want to see.
Fair enough. 2 rooms then, please. I only need 1 bed in my room. Sebastian doesn't really sleep.
Alright, here's your 2 keys.
You adventurers confuse the fuck out of me.
Are you making fun of my voice there?
That was not in character. I want you to know that was 100% not in character because Celeste is not the kind of person that would be able to do that at all. I mean, have you seen my charisma score? Right. It's actually not that bad. It's about on par for an average human person.
I love the idea that like Thalia is somehow more charismatic now that she's like dead asleep. Like, oh,
Yes.
the big
The
teddy bear is so sleepy.
The more EP she is, the more powerful she becomes.
But also, Ivana, is the audio better now for the music? I've turned it down a little bit.
La 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 la.
Wiener!
Alright, so are you guys now going to sleep?
Yes.
I'm gonna take a fucking. I need to sleep. Sebastian is at 7 HP and needs to sleep. I'm just gonna
He's
rest this bull real quick.
he's a little bit hurt.
I
Yeah, he got.
I had a level of exhaustion that I would like to get rid of.
You did have that exhaustion from your haste.
Also, why did my hit dice not fix itself?
I don't know. Hit the button again. See what happens.
That did it.
Cool.
Luckily, my sorcery points fixed themselves. Although I feel like I could be using them more. I don't use them very much.
Talia,
we're doing
could
a
you
long
help
rest?
Sebastian get those arrows out of him?
Yeah, no problem. Should I use my medicine kit on him?
Sure, if that's how you want to do it. I just imagine you just have to pull them out and he can heal overnight.
That works.
Not gonna hurt him?
Helly, does Sebastian bleed?
Does Sebastian feel pain?
I mean,
He does not. He does.
he does feel
Not a
pain.
lot.
He would.
I would say he bleeds something. Nobody's quite sure what.
It's like a weird.
Almost
oil
got the
liquid.
consistency of blood, but
Not the color.
It could also be marmalade.
It's
It's Vegemite.
It's
please
Vegemite.
no. Have you ever had Vegemite? That stuff is foul.
That's
not
what. Fe-
that
I
bad.
have 3 jars in my kitchen. I only use it in the fall when I make soup.
Well, and that's what fuels Sebastian's anger,
You realize that stuff is like the texture of tar, right?
and that's what makes him so
Australian
hardy.
confirmed. Sebastian is Australian confirmed. Like a
Wasn't that
thick,
isn't
dark,
that British?
tar-
Not.
No, Britain has their own version. It's but Vegemite specific is Australian.
Okay.
Yeah.
In any case, reeling us back
Comes
in
from the
here.
land of love.
I'll also say I have no idea why I have 3 jars in my kitchen. I just do.
Where did they come from?
I don't even own any Vegemite, so like, for someone who dislikes Vegemite
Same.
as much as you do, why do you own it? Anyways, moving on.
Yes.
I imagine like Sebastian stands still, staring at Nessa while Talia like just pulls the arrows out of him.
Yep.
Nessa has pulled a chair 6 feet away from Sebastian.
I feel like you have a
She's just
restraining
sitting there
order
with her
right
hands. She's sitting there with her like ankles like folded across, like tucked into each other. One ankle tucked into the other one, and her like hands just folded in her lap, and she's got her like shoulders hunched very awkwardly.
You know what? You know what,
Sitting there.
Daily? Make an animal handling check to see if you can convince Sebastian you're not a threat.
I'm
Here.
trying to be as less of a threat. Like I'm trying to be as.
Here, you know what? I will
Right now.
we'll make a contested roll.
All right.
Contested animal handling?
Yeah, why not?
Versus-
That works.
And versus Sebastian's.
Well, no, his animal handling.
I don't think his animal handling would be it. I think it needs to
Wisdom
be.
save?
I would say either wisdom or insight.
He's controlled
I
too
think-
much by the hind
You
brain.
know, insight would work. I think insight would work.
All right.
Why is his name Jovi?
I don't know. It's being weird. You did not win.
He does not trust you.
I'm trying my best here, sir.
It's not your fault. He'll probably be less grumpy when he gets some sleep.
All right.
Just kidding. He's gonna be just as grumpy when he wakes up.
Well, no. He'll be happier when he wakes up in the morning. The issue is that he won't go to sleep.
I love that for him.
All right. So, y'all are going to bed now.
Wait, that's
Yeah.
a question. How does he heal if he doesn't take a long rest? Is it like a meditative state?
It's kind of like a
Takes a long
Warforged stationary state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't deactivate, he just sits on a chair until he feels better.
does self-repair and stuff like that.
Yeah. But yeah, we all go back to bed.
Yeah.
All right. And at the bright and early hours of 6 in the morning, y'all get woken up by everybody's favorite rumor man.
Rumor man!
Local fishermen in Brahman have put in a request for help dealing with some fish that have taken one too many bites out of his boat.
Wait, run that by me again?
Local fisherman in Brahman has put in a request for some help dealing with a fish that's taken one too many bites out of his boat.
Isn't that just the plot of Dredge?
No, the plot of
I'm
Dredge.
concerned about fish big enough to take bites out of a boat.
He didn't say how big the bites were. He just said that.
Or how big the boat was.
Okay, let me rephrase this. We are talking about fish. Eating, at the very least, wood. It could be the size of a freaking piranha. And the fact that it's eating a boat is concerning.
I mean, yeah, that's why he's asking for people to help him.
As in, these aren't normal fish.
Talia, we are adventurers. This is our bread and butter.
Also, as you guys...
Talia just glares at her. I am going.
Also, as the rumor ends, you guys are also hearing the sounds of cheering coming from the main bar.
Oh god, they're crazy here.
Also, we've only gotten 4 rumors so far, right?
I believe so.
Okay, I'm just making sure I have all of them recorded.
Yeah, we did find a couple on our own too, but yeah.
Those are in quests, not in rumors.
But
Understandable.
anyways, I am going to get ready and head out to the main area to see why everyone's cheering and so excited.
Okay, are you all going out together, or is it just Celesta going out there first?
Nah.
Nessa's staying behind. Nessa's just grumbling and groaning about the fact that the rumor man is so loud at an ungodly hour in the morning.
Thalia is like visibly pissed off at being woken up.
As expected. I knew this was going to happen,
Not even hungover.
but it
You're
happens.
not even hungover, Nessa.
Just be
I'm not hungover, but this is still an ungodly hour in the morning, okay?
Well, just be happy you got your 8 hours of sleep.
Bro.
Celeste walks out to the main area with Sebastian following very closely behind. He has not taken his eyes off of her.
All right.
To look at the door that Nessa went through.
As you walk into the main area, you see a group of patrons kind of huddled around in a large circle, cheering as something seems to be happening in the middle of the circle.
Can I see about their
dog
heads?
fights.
Well, did you go out there, Tyler, or were you staying back being pissed off at being woken up?
No, I went out with her.
Okay, I did not hear that part.
Nessa's the one who stayed back.
Looking
He did
with
not stay in the same room, by the way. Sebastian would not have allowed that.
yes.
Yeah.
But
So with Thalia being as tall as she is, she's able to see over it, seeing what looks like a fight between the dwarf barmaid and an elf barmaid.
God damn it, Helly.
barmaid fights?
And the people are placing bets on the winner.
What kind of
Hey.
barmaid fight, dude?
It's just a fist fight.
Helly,
Okay,
Helly,
'cause this
I've
is
got a
not
weird
weird.
question for you. So I can lift creatures up to one size bigger than me, right?
Yeah.
Can I physically lift the 2 barmaids and just hold them apart from each other?
If you try to intervene, the patrons are stopping you.
Damn.
I'm gonna walk over to whoever is
They're
currently
orange
at the
player
bar.
barmaids.
There is nobody at the bar.
I'm gonna sit at the bar, wait for about 5 seconds, start to get really pissed off, and then turn and say, "You all have 30 seconds before I cast fucking fireball before you get me some tea."
I would listen to her. She's not lying. Helly, can I cast
25 seconds.
Can I cast minor illusion to make it look like her hands are on fire?
Oh, my hands are on fire. I am starting the casting right now.
Hey, some of the
I wanna
patrons,
make it look bigger.
hey, some of the patrons are saying, "Hey, they're fighting to see who gets to work today."
I stop my spell and sit.
I don't care. I will pay whoever brings me the largest cup of coffee you have. 5 gold. No questions asked.
This is Days Age.
Damn.
Perfect.
Damn.
Hey,
A full day's wage just to bring me a cup of coffee.
hey. After a minute of the fighting, the owner of the tavern, who, let me get that information real quick. A dragonborn comes out from the back rooms saying, somebody threatening to burn down my establishment?
I was not going to burn down the establishment. I was, however, going to kill every single person in that circle.
Valerie just starts giggling.
I will put this fire out. I promise you that.
This white dragonborn just gives you just the most just stern look.
I am giving him the look of 1,000 suns. Every single the rage of every evocation sorcerer I've ever looked in the eyes is facing him right now. If you get me a cup of coffee, I won't finish casting the spell.
He just shakes it.
And me. I offered a day's wage for coffee, but apparently what wasn't enough.
Hey, this dragonborn shakes his head and says, "Give me 5 minutes."
Thank you. You have 5 minutes. And I sit down and start counting in my head.
Hey, he jumps over the bar.
And Thalia's head is on the bar top.
And he jumps over the bar and goes into the kitchen.
I was gonna say, at this point, this is when Nessa actually emerges, and she's like walking on eggshells, and shit's on the opposite side of Celesta, making sure that Thalia is between them both.
Sebastian is standing right behind me, staring at you.
And Nessa's trying her best not to pay attention to Sebastian staring. Are we doing another contest? Oh wait, no.
No,
You're
I'm rolling for things, and
okay.
after a few
I
minutes,
forgot to do the long rest. 1 sec.
yes, do your long rest. After a few minutes,
How many minutes exactly?
let me roll a die here real quick.
Give me a D6, because if it's more than 5 minutes, I'm going to lose my shit.
It's 2 minutes.
Perfect.
After 2 minutes, this white dragonborn brings out 2 cups and a pitcher of coffee.
I drop a gold on the table and say, "Thank you. I apologize for threatening to burn this place down. Though, to be fair, I did not intend to actually burn it to the ground."
Are you sure?
He just gives you the look and just goes back into the kitchen. And as he leaves, some of the crowd cheers, other parts of the crowd sigh as this elf stands up with their arms raised.
What the fuck is wrong with this place? Why do I like this place? As I'm like putting my elbows on the table, rubbing my temples, like with the coffee in front of me. Why do I like this place?
Orbach would not let anything like this happen in his tavern.
Gorbok has fucking standards.
Gorbok is a respectable gentleman.
I wouldn't go that far, but yes.
Hey, you hear from the kitchen from this Dragonborn. I don't force them to fight. They just hate working with each other, and that's how they decide who works the day.
Wait, you mean
And
to
why
tell me
not just
that
schedule them on different days?
Because they both want the money.
I don't.
Apparently, not enough. I
You
offered more than they would get today.
Oh
Hey,
my gosh.
To be fair, I think
think
at this point they do it just to keep just to satisfy the crowds.
Do they make any money off of the fight at least?
Winner, I think, gets like a quarter of it.
Jesus, that's better than tip money. Honestly,
And
never
when
mind.
you-
It makes
Right
sense now
back.
that you've explained it. However, before explaining it, this was the most confusing way I've woken up in the 10 towns, and that's saying something, considering how everyone wakes up in the 10 towns.
It obviously never been here. Those two old bats have been doing it for decades.
Wait, how old are the two people fighting?
Well, one of them was our Roz voice,
Oh my gosh.
and the other one is about an equivocally old elf.
Jesus Christ, it's two old ladies fighting each other to the death for who gets to work that day because they hate each other?
Yes.
God, the drama of it all. Celesta drinks the entire cup of coffee, and I would like to note, you've never seen her drink anything other than wine and tea, and this is the first cup of coffee she's ever drank, and it's black.
You also see the elf grab something from underneath the bar and toss it to the dwarf who's getting off of the ground.
Oh,
It's a red
this place
potion.
is giving me... I wake up with a
Dahlia is just like
nightmare.
grumbling into her coffee. She's not awake yet.
Nightmares, fights in the main lobby. What the fuck? Yeah, Celesta's gonna drink at least 2 more cups of coffee before she wakes up anymore. Is there any... Do you have some of that soup prepared that we brought in last night? I would very much like a bowl of soup.
Hey, still most of the cauldron's there.
Fantastic. I'm just gonna walk over and get myself a bowl of soup and sit down and eat the bowl of
Alright.
soup.
I am back. Sorry, my tummy was grumbling. I needed to get numbs.
And well, welcome back.
After I
What are we
finish my
doing?
bowl of soup, I'm gonna flag down the barmaid and say, "So how much are you selling this soup for? I'm just gathering information for it."
Hey, we're selling a bowl for about 3 copper.
That sounds pretty reasonable. Thank you very much. Maybe we'll open up a food sleigh.
Food truck.
I'm not even kidding. That would be an amazing way to make some extra money in downtime. Just sit in the town square and sell the soup.
Soup.
Well, if you're looking to get rid of it, I'm sure a town speaker would be interested in picking up that.
I mean,
Oh, not
I
this
would very
one.
much like to keep the cauldron. It's been very useful on our adventures so far.
Soup.
I'm just trying to think of ways to make some more money, considering how little I've got left.
Dahlia
Doesn't pay well,
very
unfortunately.
carefully keeps her coin pushes her coin purse a little bit deeper into her inside pocket.
I'm not gonna steal money from you. I have respect.
No, but very much not poor.
Noted.
You guys have legitimately refused to allow her to pay.
Yep.
I think the assumption
That's
was made by
going to
both of our
change.
characters that you may not actually have money.
Yeah, that
and
is the
she's
assumption
just
we have made.
kind of allowing you to keep that assumption.
And
I'm
that's fair.
waiting for the day where Nessa and I are completely out of money and we go, what do we do? We don't have any money for rations, and Talia's just like,
I'm loaded.
I have money. would 100 gold do? What?
Well, my entire life savings that I squandered on this adventure.
Which will pay me well.
People do pay you well. You do a very valuable service. Okay. All right. So we need to go back to Kelvin's Cairn to wrap that up and bring all that stuff that we found there to Caer Konig. Hopefully we can get paid there. Did we get paid for helping the for finding those fishermen? I think, did they already send it to my contact?
I don't know. Was it the same, like, was the captain you met the other night the same lady that we met before, Thalia?
Yes, she was.
Oh, yeah, she was. We should have asked her then. I guess we forgot.
I do feel bad for the ball of fire. I genuinely do.
Still glad we saved
It
the
just-
puppies, though.
Yes, yeah. I'm glad that they're all right. They seem to be happy out there. Okay, so what do we need to do? We've learned something about the Sunblight Ariel. Do you guys know anything about the Sunblight Ariel?
Are you asking them,
Asking
Bar?
who you're asking,
I'll say, who are you
but-
asking here?
I am asking the party and anyone who can hear, and also myself. So, if you want to give me a some sort of check for that, I'll take it.
Okay, if I do a history check, can I remember what the drow said in the previous campaign?
Sure. Roll history. Although I don't actually remember what was said in that last campaign because it's been a while. Well, you don't know because you weren't there.
Oh.
No, I was trying to
I
see if
don't
my
know,
character
'cause
knew
I'm a
anything
meathead.
about the Sunblight. That was a history check for the Sunblight.
Okay, well, Daly, you don't remember.
Daily Nessa doesn't know shit.
I
That doesn't stop me from making assumptions, right?
mean, you can make as many assumptions as you want. I can't control your assumptions.
You've been
I
doing
don't
it all
remember anything
campaign. I don't
specific.
think that'd be a change of pace.
For your Sunblight history, you're not familiar with the Sunblights, though you do remember that you also have a map with dwarvish markings on it.
Oh yeah, and I pulled the map out and I open it up and like, oh, so we found this. I forgot I found this. It was kind of dark and late, and I can't really read it. Do either of you know dwarvish?
I
know
know
Dwarvish.
Dwarvish.
Oh, you both know dwarvish. Fantastic. Here, what does this mean?
Worked with the
As I
dwarf for a
just
long
hand
time.
the map over
and
to
had
the two
learned
of
it.
them.
All right. There's notations of this reading. I just gotta refind it.
I am imagining, by the way, he said a pitcher of coffee and 2 cups, and Celeste has drank the 2 cups, and Talia is drinking out of the pitcher.
100%.
Okay. So on this map, you see markings for each one of the 10 town settlements. You see a marker nearby Kelvin's Cairn, roughly where you guys were when your dogs were stolen. I mean, liberated. Yes, liberated.
Stolen. Grand Theft Doggo.
They were
It
stolen.
was Grand Theft Doggo.
Give me 1 second here, real quick. Next to that marker that's next to Kelvin's Cairn, you see a word written in Dwarvish, Nildar. And then
Do we know what Nildar means?
Like, is it the name of a place? Is it the name of something? Is it a designation that would be well known in Dwarvish?
it is not a it would be a dwarvish name.
Okay.
Okay, so we know it's a name.
And then you are also see another marker that is down in the southern mountains.
Does that marker have anything listed next to it?
It does not.
Okay. And then you
So
mentioned
all
there
we
were
know is
Dwarvish
that
notes
there's a
with
name.
that? You mentioned there were some Dwarvish notes with that?
Yes. The notes state that the fortress is in the mountains, and that we must continue our hunt for. God, I never remember how the hell to pronounce this fucking word.
Post it, I'll tell you.
Yeah, I gotta.
I'm good at pronouncing fantasy shit.
I will throw it into
Usually
the
Latin
Icewind
based.
in the Icewind Dale chat.
Chardalin.
Yes, we must continue the search for Chardalin.
Do I have is there a check I could make to try and see if I know anything about the word Chardalin, the name of the name?
Yes. Let's make it. We'll make it a history check.
Okay, I'm okay at those. +7.
I also want to do a history check. I
That's a
probably won't know
16.
anything, but I would like to do a history check.
16 is mid. It's okay.
Daly still knows
I
nothing.
definitely know nothing.
Frankly, let's see if I'm smarter than Daly.
Yeah, Talia might know it too. Yeah. To be fair, Nessa's not.
Oh,
from
this just
around
means
here,
it.
so-
This just means it's something from around here, not from back where I am. No, first.
Okay, so with the 16, you would know, especially from your father, that Chardalin is a rare, rare naturally occurring substance that's typically mined and has has a lot of magical properties with it.
What is it usually used for, Helly? Like, what kind of things do they usually use it for, magical properties wise? Like, is it just like a broad enchantment tool? Is it like a spell component thing? Is it
A single Chardalin could absorb one spell, which was released when the stone was crushed or destroyed.
interesting?
I can see how that could have devastating effects.
So it's a spell storage crystal. So they're trying to find some. They're trying to find it. It's usually mined, and I'm not aware of where it normally is mined. Would I, Helly, or is it more of like something that kind of pops up sometimes, and you have to set up a new mining camp for a short period to mine it?
I mean, it's found in the Icewind Dale area, but it's kind of like in finding an iron deposit. You just kind of
so it's
find
found
it.
in small. So it's rarely found in small deposits naturally.
Yeah. You also know that this shit real expensive at about 8,000 GP for a large stone. Shit's expensive.
So it's the kind of stuff that my father probably has a decent amount of in his storage locker somewhere for when he wants to do crazy shit.
He's got some reserves.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, Bonnet, you're totes innocent.
I'm just letting Ivana just do Ivana things. There's no stopping her.
Ivana, if you want to smash Sebastian, you're gonna have to get through me first, and also deal with the fact that he does not have any genitals. Not that
That was
would
a
stop you.
specific requirement.
These are my friends.
Are you sure?
just for
Hey,
there we
I don't
go.
deserve that. I was standing my ground.
Okay. All right.
So we know a
All
little
right.
bit more information about Chardalyn. We know that
So-
all of this has something to do with the Sun Blight. I still
And
think the
some-
Sun Blight has something to do with the Drow wanting to get rid of the sun.
Well, the Drow and the Duergar sometimes work together, at least historically, usually because their goals kind of come together. Even
Well,
though
I
they
remember-
do also hate each other.
I remember from this guy that we captured, interrogated, and sent off to jail, was that they were attempting to get rid of the sun so all the dwellers of the night could take over from day dwellers, or something similar to that.
Well, that's uncomfortable. That would irrevocably destroy the biosphere of this land.
That's what we told the dude!
It is.
It was irrevocably evil!
My forest is dying.
Agreed. You know, I'm
Like,
actually starting to
actively.
believe that there is someone trying to blot out the sun. At
That-
first, I wasn't sure,
We-
but this is pretty clear evidence at this point.
There are creatures that I haven't seen in years that used to be plentiful here.
And if they're trying to blot out the sun, they're killing your forest, they're killing the world, honestly. And they're trying to get Chardalyn for it, which means it's probably some sort of massive magical ritual using storing crystals mixed with probably some sort of sacrificial work, if I had to guess. But there's this fortress here on the map in the south. That's kind of the next place we should look, because obviously they're congregating there.
I'm wondering if it's similar, because they were attempting to find the lost mines of Phandelver for the forge that existed within and the information there. So I would imagine that they were also trying to find other forms of ancient knowledge and magic in order to get rid of the sun.
The lost mines. Fascinating.
Yeah.
Did they actually find them?
Oh no, I did. Me and my group.
Wait a minute. You're the adventurer you were part of the party that found the lost mine?
Yeah. Did I not tell you about that?
No, you did. Of course you didn't tell me. I would have had a bigger reaction to it.
I mean, so was Gorbak's husband. And my nan. And my little cousin. And my other
Wait.
cousin. So they're not actually related to me. They're just like cousins and like closer than friends, more like family sort of thing.
The more I hear about
Why
your
I
last
know
party, the
Dwarvish?
more
I
it
was
sounds
working with
like
a
you-
dwarf.
Oh. So the dwarves reclaimed the great mine. That'll be very useful. The Spellforge could be very interesting in the future.
That's where I
would
got this
bet
tape.
money-
As
I would
she
bet money
played.
that my father knows about that.
This
You
this
know-
is gonna be like, that's where I got this cape, and she's gonna do that. Is it a bonus action or a free action to make her wave?
We'll just make it a free action
Okay.
because it's funny.
Wait. I want to double check to know for sure though.
I think it's technically a
It's
that
a,
is a
oh,
bonus
it's a
action. We're just gonna make it a free action
Okay.
because it's funny and it doesn't actually do anything.
So I'm basically just gonna tug on my cloak there, my cape, and make it billow.
That, you know, it suits you. It really does. The mines of Phandelver, which would have given them access to Chardalin. This isn't good.
Just saying,
They're
this
already-
is a giant conspiracy. It's all connected.
I tend to agree with you at this point, considering everything we found. I have to make a detour at some point to talk to someone about this.
Okay.
We need to return to Bryn Shander at some point, preferably soon, and we do need to go back to the place up in Kelvin's Cairn where the dwarves were, where the Durgar were. We need to get those goats out of there. Don't want to let them starve to death, and also hopefully find the sign that we were commissioned to find and save.
Also, the dwarves' sled. That was somewhere in that direction as well.
Well, we could pass through the Dwarven Valley, which is about where they would be, on the way to Kelvin's Cairn. Or we could go, if we go on our way there, look for the dwarf sled, and go back to the fortress, gather everything up, and head back to Caer Konig. I think we could be able to knock that out in like a day and a half. What do you think?
Sounds like a good plan to me. Thalia, what do you think?
I can't see why it would work.
If we can get back to Bryn Shander, I'd be able to talk to someone who may be able to give us more information, or at the very least start to piece some of these pieces back together. Ask some more pertinent questions. Find some things that we won't be able to find on our own. All right. I think that'll be I think that's a good plan. How long do we want to stay here in East Haven? I mean, considering the morning we've had, I kind of want to leave immediately.
I'm totally okay with that.
I'm good with leaving immediately.
All right.
I don't want to see any more brawling barmaids.
Sebastian, if you would please help us with the cauldron this time. As Sebastian, is still looking at you, but you haven't made any moves in the last few hours, so he's, starting to, just keep an eye on you. He's not worried about you as much anymore. He's just going to nod and follow Talia back to grab the cauldron. Actually, should we wait until after breakfast to see if people like the soup?
People have been going up and getting some of the soup while you've been having this conversation. Hey, I would say it's probably down to about a third left.
That's fine with me. We can refill it with snow. It's not a big deal. It's not like there's not enough snow around here. I'm gonna wave down the barmaiden.
Yes. What can I do for you?
I'm just wondering when your breakfast kind of busy time ends, so that we can give you more time with the cauldron and then take it with us, because we have to leave at some point this morning.
Breakfast normally goes for about another hour.
All right, ladies, do you think we can wait another hour?
Yeah.
The tiefling. We have to find the tiefling.
Oh, fuck. What was his name again?
I don't remember. It was...
Tiefling? He normally sits back over in that corner over there, as she points to the corner that's on the opposite side of the cauldron.
I'm just gonna look over
there. Is there a tiefling over there?
And there is a tiefling there who is already about 3 tankards deep in beer.
You know what? I can respect
A man
the
of my
the
own
working
heart,
ethic.
if only I liked men.
I don't know why, but that makes me furiously angry.
Thalia just starts coughing. Like,
Are you all right, Talia?
yeah, just fine.
All right, just
Ne-
making sure you
Ne-
didn't pick
Nessa-
something up nasty.
Nessa's gonna request a beer from the barmaid. How much is beer?
Beer's 2 copper.
Nessa,
2
no.
copper. It's just a beer. It's not that alcoholic.
Nessa, no.
Honestly, where she's from,
I'm
it's probably
being
better.
buddy, okay? Alright, got my 2 copper taken off. I'm going to take my beer and I'm going to walk over to the tiefling. I am going to lift my mug in kind of a greeting and be like, so I heard you have a boat down by the dock that may or may not have been singed last night?
I don't know anything about any boat getting singed, but I got a little ferry out on the dock that's been locked in the ice since this damn winter came through.
Yeah,
Ooh,
we
I
may
have
have
an
singed
idea.
your bones last night. I'm sorry, sir.
Hey, so why are you lighting my shit on fire?
Because
Be honest.
someone's using your shit to steal our things.
Well,
Someone was using your shit to steal our shit, but we killed most of them. 2 of them got away, so watch out for that.
I would have liked
Is
someone to
this
come
a
and tell me
beer?
someone was using my shit. I would have kicked their asses myself.
We would have told
Honestly-
you, but we kind of had to get our dogs back, and that's why we're here today to tell you.
It was also very late, and you were already probably asleep. We did wake up the town captain, the captain of the guard. She was a little bit, how you say, unhappy.
Hey, she gets a little pissy if she doesn't get her 4 hours.
Because she's an elf.
I get it. I get it.
She's
She's a half elf. You motherfucker. That's a good one. That's a good line.
Hey, you're welcome.
Yeah, I noticed.
A
Yeah,
fairy
we
locked
noticed.
in ice? How rude.
Well, do you mind if I could probably attempt to unlock it with fire magic. I just don't want to accidentally damage the boat. Though I am a quite capable evocation wizard, so I should be able to keep the boat out of it.
With this crazy weather going on, it'll just get frozen wherever we park it next.
You know, that's entirely fair.
At least with it being locked in place, I know where it is.
Yeah, that's true. Never mind. It was just an
I-
offer. But anyways,
could-
we did evict the people and... No, continue, Talia. Sorry, I interrupted you.
I could try to fix it.
Hey, I'll go rip up the boards after I finish my drink. Gives me something to do.
Everyone is definitely overloading how badly it was singed. It did not get that badly singed. It's just a little bit of ash on the top. You barely even notice it.
just singed.
Well, I'll go take a look, and I'll go about and foot you the bill.
All right. Fantastic. Honestly, actually, if you think about it, if the guardsmen had been doing their job properly, no one would have been squatting there. So if you really think about it, maybe you should foot the town guard the bill.
Hey, town guard doesn't go about and burn people's stuff down.
It wasn't burnt down. It was just lightly singed, gently toasted.
He just gives you the
Like a
he just gives you this look.
All right, that's fair. Well, let me know how much it costs when you see me next. I'm sure I'll be back through here at some point. mean, how much could a couple planks cost? No?
In today's economy?
In today's economy? In this economy? I mean, seriously, how much could it possibly cost? $50? It's one banana.
It's
You adventuring types are some weird folks.
Yeah,
But
we get that a lot.
Thalia just looks at don't want to be in this.
uh, he's gonna finish off his beer and stretch, and sets a hand on Celeste's shoulder. If you ever find yourself in Seer Dineville, maybe see if you can figure out what's going on with that town speaker. No one's seen him for a while, and they're thinking he's gotten a little bit sick, but no one wants to admit it yet. People have seen some strange people coming in and out at way late in the night.
Will this be a possible repayment for singeing your boat?
It could be. Yeah, you're also one of them there adventuring types, and I'm sure City of Dineville will be happy to have their speaker back up in good health if they know what's going on with him.
I'm sure they would. Thank you for the tip. Apologies for lightly singeing your boat. Next time I will simply use lightning magic instead of fire magic. That was my mistake.
also my
He's gonna go about and just walk out of the tavern here.
And we got it done,
Okay.
and I'm only halfway through my beer.
We need to leave before he comes back.
Yes, it downs the rest of the beer.
Herr Dinneval.
Sets it down, wipes a little bit of foam off of her upper lip, and be like, all right, I'm ready to go.
The path we were going to take was going to take us. It was going to circumvent Caer Dineval, so maybe we'll go through Caer Dineval to the cairn and then back. Well, we have to come back to Caercon again anyway, so maybe we'll just hit Caer Dineval on our way back to Bryn Shader.
Sounds like a good
Thoughts?
plan to me.
All right. Okay, Helly. You got an idea of what our plan is?
I have a rough idea of what your plan is.
Okay, we're gonna start by trying to find the sleigh that the dwarves lost.
Okay. Well, as you walk out of the tavern, you see a familiar face.
Oh God.
A familiar face leaning up against the lamppost.
Oh fuck. Is it who I think it is, Helly?
It is 100% who you think it is.
Has he noticed me yet?
He is looking right at you.
Oh fuck, I'm in trouble.
Wait.
I step out. Celesta freezes. Straight up freezes right in the middle of the doorway.
Who's
Takes
this?
a deep breath. I was hoping this wouldn't happen.
Thalia just
Alright.
kind of stands straight. I was like, do you need backup?
It won't help. There's literally nothing we can do about this.
Who is this?
Celesta takes a deep breath, steels herself, and walks right towards him. Good morning, Father. What brings you to town?
Oh shit!
Well, after seeing what has happened last night, I decided it's time to improve your arsenals a little bit. May I see your pen?
I am not sure what you're talking about, Father. We handled it perfectly fine. No one got too badly injured. We were all fine. Sebastian did take some damage, but that's reasonable. That's what Sebastian's job is.
He
by the
did,
way, ladies-
as did you taking that axe blow to your chest. He just holds out his
I
hand.
took an axe. I was gonna say, I took an axe
by
to
the way-
my chest and still survived, so it was a much bigger axe.
By the way, the man standing before us is probably human with very dark skin, a like very wispy kind of white hair, and he's wearing an outfit that can be best described as if the most flamboyant runway model decided to indulge way too much in glitter and overdose in pyrotechnics. His coat changes color with every single movement, and this man, everything about him screams magical wizard who has way too much time on his hands.
Joseph.
Fine.
I was gonna say he's legitimately a flamboyant drink.
Is it Joseph in the Technicolor gym coat?
Yes, very similar. Like if it was if the coat was sequins and had literally every color in the rainbow on it, and then also changed colors constantly.
That's a good job. And the coat is rainbow.
I do not see how taking an axe blow in a fight that was very reasonably won would lead to you insisting on having to assist us.
He just continues just to look at you with his hand out, waiting for your pen.
I am looking him dead in the eyes and planting my feet and crossing my arms and staring him down. It is a staring contest now.
What?
I didn't know dads could be so foreboding
Hey,
or intimidating.
Why,
My dad's kind of a
do
wimp.
we not want his help?
I mean, we don't need it, right? Obviously, we already have a plan and we're doing fine.
I mean, I've almost died like
the help
twice
come
now.
with strings attached.
No, but it usually comes with hugs.
I mean,
Sally
Are
just
hugs really
looks
a
at
bad
her
thing?
This time.
are hugs the bad thing? Why are so many people around me think hugs are a bad thing? I love hugs.
I mean.
now little miss.
All right.
You told me that you do not want me assisting you in your adventures. So, I am fulfilling that, but I'm trying my best to make sure you stay safe.
I mean, you've made a good point.
This is
Father.
out of character, but the thing that came to Daly's brain specifically, not Nessa's, Daly's, is like, I'll keep her safe, Daddy.
Fine. I mean, my friends have been keeping me safe quite well so far. However, to make a point, I did take an axe to the shoulder last night, and it did hurt.
An axe was
Fine.
chest several days ago.
Fine. You win this time. Here's my pen. And I just placed the pen in his hand.
Hey, he looks over the pen and just taps the back of it in just a strange sequence, and the pen slightly transforms, just getting slightly bulkier, and he hands it back out to you.
Would you like to tell me what you've done to my pen?
Hey, I've unlocked a little potential that I was hoping you'd be able to find on your own, but yeah, when something is not immediately presented, it could be hard to find. But your pen now has some additional benefits to it. One of those...
Celesta clenches her jaw as he says this and looks at the pen and looks at him and through gritted teeth. Thank you, Father. Very much appreciated.
With it,
All
you
right.
can now cast some extra spells from it at the cost of some charges.
Ooh. He's turned it into a wand.
You can now...
Are you going to add this to the item itself in my inventory, or do you want me to add it?
I have actually already made up an item for this that I just need to give to
Thank
you.
God.
I have done what some would consider some prep work.
I'm so proud of you, Helly. You're a better dungeon master than I am.
That is not your backpack.
Prep work? What's that? I've never
This-
heard of her.
Helly.
Where did that go? Why did that? All right. So, congratulations, X. You now have Mirage, the pen of the expanded Archmage.
Hey,
Scorching
Kelly, can we
Ray.
take 5?
Sure, we can take 5.
Thanks.
Yeah, let's take 5. I'll go to the bathroom and stuff.
Yep. So we will be right back, chat.
Alright,
We will hear for you. Be back with you shortly. And we are back.
Welcome
And
back, boys, girls, and squirrels.
and after our lovely wizard here has handed the pen back to Celeste, he looks to both Thalia and Nessa and asks, which one of you would like to be next?
Just take whatever
Yeah.
he offers. At this point, there's no point in
Yeah.
refusing.
Nessa's just gonna be startled, and she's gonna be pointing between herself and Thalia. And you're like, wait, you mean us?
Thalia takes a
Nice.
full step back. This is a stranger
Yes,
talking
I'm
to
going
her.
first.
A very
Gotta
scary
make good
stranger
impressions, gotta
too.
make good impressions, gotta make good impressions. Nessa's gonna pull herself up, standing a little bit straighter, trying to keep her composure.
Alright.
First impressions.
I am not going to speak like this when Thalia speaks this man, just because I want you guys to be able to actually understand me. But her stutter has gotten so bad when he directly talks to her that you cannot understand her.
He might be able to, because he's got a high intelligence modifier he can use, but it's gonna be rough.
Hey, he looks over at Nessa, who's walking up. Agnes, wasn't?
Yes, sir.
Father, she goes by Nessa.
Nessa. My apologies. May I see that?
That's what you asked. That's what you asked.
May I see that sword you have on your back?
Well, it's not on my back. It's in. Oh, fine. It is.
Dude,
it is actually
Helly.
It is a belt
Please tell me a
sheath.
sword has materialized on her back.
Unfortunately, no. I just didn't know she actually had her. I don't know why she has her weapon drawn in the middle of town.
No, she has it on her waist. She
No,
keeps
it's
it on her
in a belt sheath.
Oh,
It's
okay.
in a belt sheath.
Okay. My
I
apologies.
have a backpack on.
Okay,
I have a backpack on, so my sword's in my belt sheath.
I mean, you can have a sword on your back and a backpack.
True, but it's easier to draw if it's not.
Okay,
pinned by a backpack.
my apologies. May I see that sword on your belt?
Nessa's gonna detach the sheath and hand it over to him.
Then draw the sword.
At this point, Nessa, you've walked up close enough that you can see that Celesta under her hat is hiding beneath her hat and is bright fucking red.
Nessa's standing at
heaviest blush you've ever seen on her face.
Oh lord.
Hey, he takes
Nessa's
them.
also standing at attention in the way a proper militia soldier would be standing. This is the higher up. This is a commanding officer. She's gonna give him the proper fucking respect.
A nice, simple grade longsword here. Then set it. Then lean up against the post behind him and hand you a new sheath and sword.
Okay.
Hey,
She's gonna take the new sword, but she's gonna look at the other one. I'm like, the sword I fought with the entire time I've been a militia.
it's
It's a good sword.
I'm sure this is a good sword, but give that one a nice, good two-handed swing for me.
By the way, yes, Nessa, you were thinking that in your head. Yes, he did respond to it because he understood what you were thinking.
No, he just read your thought. He just read your face expressions.
What do you think? What do you think? All the
Nessa
rings on
does
his
wear
hands
everything
are?
on her face.
Dude has
What was I
6
saying?
rings on each hand.
I was just saying, Nessa also maintains all of her emotions are on her face always. Yeah. She's gonna clip on the sheath. She's gonna draw the sword and give it just a quick little two-handed swing off to the side.
As you swing the sword, you notice that the middle section of the sword detaches, having a chain in the middle, extending the range of that swing, before snapping back to a normal sword, looking like a normal sword.
Oh. that's different.
And Nessa,
But it just still swings like a regular sword.
it
Like it still feels like a regular sword swing.
Yep. Nessa, I present to you Convergence, Chain of the Dawn.
Oh lord.
Magic sword. And Nessa's just sitting there, and you can read entirely on her face, like she's exactly thinking, imagine how much damage I can do with this with my divine
This is a
smite."
toddler who's been handed a paintball gun.
It
Yes.
also no, when you it only does it when you swing with two hands, but when swinging with two hands, you get a range of 10 feet.
So I just had to put away the shield.
Yes.
Yep.
And now he looks over back to Thalia. Got something for you as well.
So while he moves over to Thalia, though, Nessa's gonna move over to Celesta, since obviously Sebastian's not hostile to her anymore, and she's gonna be like, "Look at this cool sword your dad gave me. It's so cool."
Sebastian, just so you know, as soon as my dad showed up, Sebastian walked directly up next to me and stood at full attention with a literal salute.
Oh my gosh, so basically just like Nessa, except for with the added salute. Okay.
Yeah. You kind of go over and stand next to Celesta, and she's just staring at the pen, like you can see her hands are gripping it very tightly.
Look at this
And
cool
she is-
sword your dad gave me.
You
It's
guys
so
look
shiny.
over at Talia. She is like on the verge of full-on panic attack right now. Someone she
Boy,
does not
Talia.
know just talked to her. Hello. Sir?
Hello. Don't worry, I'm not leaving you out of this well. I have something for you as well if you wish to take it.
Okay.
He pulls out a staff out of a bag of holding because, you know.
I like to imagine he just pulls it out of his coat. He's not wearing. Doesn't have a bag or anything.
Yeah, it's just out of his coat.
The void of the inside of his coat.
He pulls out a long, strange-looking grand staff and holds it out. You have noticed your magical abilities are a bit more natural than that of a wizard. So I imagine you have...
Yeah, he's been watching us.
Uh-huh.
So I imagine you are able to use
Totally.
such effects such as Quicken Magic, Twin Spell, and the like. So I've developed something to help to heighten those abilities.
Thank you, sir.
The staff here, whenever you use one of those twin spells or any other such abilities, grants a little bit extra. And I present to you Infinity, what I call the Grand Staff of Cheating.
Oh, a little audible groan from Celesta.
Oh
Oh.
What?
no! Nessa would be laughing if she wasn't also trying her very best to like be put together in front of this man that she wants to like have good first impressions with.
Okay,
I imagine
so
it's those moments where you see the Marines in the back of like a video, like trying really hard not to laugh when one of the presidents does
Basically.
something stupid.
okay.
Basically.
So give me like layman's term what the hell this staff does.
So what your staff does is so all of your guys' stuff is now a +1 magic item. And what yours
+1 sword, +1 staff, +1 spellcasting focus.
Yep. What yours does, Valk, is whenever you cast a spell with meta magic, you get to add an extra 2d4 to the inflicted type to the targets.
Ooh, that's good. That's deep. That is damage output right there. An extra 2d4, you said? 1d4?
2d4. Right. The reason it's 2d4 is because it is linked to using sorcery points, which is a finite resource.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh yeah. Does it still work as a combat staff too? It's technically it's a great staff, right?
It's a great staff. So it can be used for magic. It can be used for melee attacks.
Which,
We'll just use the quarterstaff stat block.
yeah, there are spells that I want to get that are based off of melee attacks.
So you can still use it as a melee weapon.
Helly, I love you so much. Thank you for having my dad be such a thoughtful and intelligent item bestower. Also, fuck you.
I spent like 3 weeks making this shit.
I'm not trying to dig into your secret, but is your dad have something to do with it?
You're gonna learn some things when you ask Celeste some things about the dad.
Cool.
There's a whole
I'm still
backstory.
waiting for
Helen and
my
I
secret
fleshed
to come
out
into
the
things.
exact reasons why Celeste is bright red right now.
All right.
Why do I feel like your dad is that scientist guy from Powerpuff Girls?
Not that bad.
Plutonium?
Not
No,
quite
he's-
that bad.
He's kind of
The professor?
He does have some Professor Utonium vibes, but he did not accidentally create me.
Oh wait, his last name actually was Utonium? I just always thought of him as the professor.
I know. I didn't remember his name either. All I could think of was the
His
professor.
name was Utonium.
I don't remember where I learned it. All I do is that the instant I was told his name is Professor Utonium, I said, "That's stupid. I'm using it."
Okay, it's
Probably in the
stupid, but that's
anime.
also probably like the best thing ever.
I love it.
And reeling us back in. Now that I've spruced up your arsenal, is there anything else you will permit me to assist you with before I leave?
Celesta just looks up at it, just kind of like slowly raises her head and says, "Ken, does this come with a hug?"
Only if you want it to.
It would make it hurt less. And she's just going to slowly walk up and like bury herself in her father, just like this most like little kid just had a rough day and is hugging their parent.
He gently hugs you and pats your back.
Nessa's face, of course, entirely shows what she's thinking. And her face says, "Oh, that's so fucking adorable."
He's gonna just look at Nessa and just wave her in with one of his hands.
Nessa looks excited. She points, "Who, me?" And then she's gonna come in and she's just gonna like hug.
He's gonna give Thalia the same look and expression.
Nessa likes hugs. Nessa likes hugs. Hugs are great.
This is a step too far for Nessa. Alright, Thalia.
Hey,
She's more than thankful for the gift, but physical contact, she hasn't even had physical contact with any of her party members, and she relatively trusts them.
hey, he's not going to force anything. He's leaving the offer open.
You get kind
You
of a
mean Nessa needs to
facial
give
expression that just goes,
100
"Fair
more
enough,"
hugs.
and then he is definitely the kind of guy that once the hug is fully initiated, he goes all into it. He loves good hugs.
A reminder of home. This is what Nessa's mom's hugs feel like. Her dad, not so much, but that's because her dad is a little bit of a. I can't even think of the word I was thinking of.
After a solid minute of hug,
Wet noodle.
he lets go and just asks, "Is there anything else?"
No,
You
sir.
wouldn't
Thank you.
You wouldn't happen to have my notes from college, would you?
On hand, no, but I'm sure I could run and get them for you.
If you don't have to bring them yourself, but I would appreciate if you would bring them. I have a couple ideas from college that I want to start working on again.
You still have that friend in Bryn Schrader, right?
Yes, and we should be meeting with her by the end of the week. Although I'm sure you already know what our plan is.
Oh, I'm well aware, but I will go about and bring your notes to her.
Thank you very much, Father.
All right.
Thank you for the pen. It's been very useful so far.
He nods, turns around, and casts Gate, and walks through.
Keep in mind, him casting Gate is he waves his hand, a massive set of spell sigils appear, creating a 20-foot doorway in the middle of this, like on the edge of the path, and then a swirling energy fills the doorway, and he just steps through it, and then it collapses in on itself.
And like that,
Oh god.
That
he's
so
gone.
Cool.
Yes, he's very impressive. Oh.
Never seen that sort of magic cast before. I mean, the most magic I really saw was whatever Essence did. Make herself disappear. That was pretty impressive.
Yes, well, ninth level teleportation magic is incredibly rare.
How did he know so much about us?
You can thank Sebastian for that. Can't we, Sebastian? At this point, Sebastian has lowered his salute and gone right back to being very friendly with Nessa.
He also just nods.
Nessa's gonna crouch down to be. Wait, how tall is Sebastian again?
4 foot.
5 foot. 4 foot. Yeah, 4 foot. It was like 4'6" or something, right? He's
Okay,
very small.
she's gonna kind of like crouch down to be more on eye level with Sebastian and like. If Sebastian will allow her, put both her hands on his head and be like tilting it back and forth, and it's like, is there like a magical recording device? Some sort of like crystal that's sending like a data feedback?
Sebastian, completely unfazed for about 30 seconds, then reaches up his hand, places them both on your hand, and starts to pull them away from his head.
Sorry, but.
Yes, it's called his eyes. Have you never
Magic
looked at
is
his
so
eyes
cool.
before? That weird glassy white look, that's not because his eyes are deficient, it's because...
I thought they were marbles.
Yes, they might actually be marbles, actually. I'd have to ask my father. And would you look at that? We just missed him. At this point, like, Celesta's face is, like, gone back to, like, her normal color.
That's the Celesta I know.
Also, Dayway,
Yes.
I also just need to remind you, your old sword is just propped up against the light post.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna pick that up for sentimental purposes and stick it in my backpack.
Fair enough.
I mean, it was the first sword I ever got. It was given to me by the captain of the militia. It got me through the whole Lost Mines adventure. It's got sentimental
got you this
purposes.
far. It's perfectly reasonable to be sentimental over a weapon you've held for a long time.
Yeah. Goblin Slayer fixed it up for me a couple of times. I don't really know how to properly sharpen it for the longest time. Stupid militia guys not teaching me how to sharpen a blade. Bunch of assholes. Love those assholes, but a bunch of assholes. Especially Jim.
Okay, I have a couple of questions about your last party that I would very much like answers to. You found the mines of Phandelver with what I'm assuming is Slayer, who I'm well aware of. He doesn't really talk much. How was that? And then, secondly,
He got more
you
talkative
mentioned-
near the end.
you mentioned a
Especially
man.
when he realized that-
I'm still going.
Oh,
I've
yeah,
got more
no.
questions. No, let me get through this list real quick. So
Go on.
then you have a woman you've mentioned as Nan, who every time you talk about her makes her sound like a geriatric. And then two
Yeah, she was.
cousins, you've mentioned a couple times that they were a bit young. Did you have children on this adventure?
How are you gonna
I mean,
answer that?
technically Bella was a child. Essence wasn't that far off from being an adult. And very independent.
There's now
Nan was my teacher at the adventuring school I went to. It was more of like actually like a rogue school, ninja dojo.
And now
I
it is
didn't really understand it. They were just the only people who would take on a female paladin into their adventuring party.
and like this, Celesta feels a disturbance in the Fey lines to the Magical Child Protective Services.
Yep.
I was just saying, how are you gonna explain Bella?
Yeah. Bella.
Bella was emancipated.
Okay, follow-up questions. Were these
I mean, there's also my
children,
other cousin
like-
who almost died. He wasn't a child though. He's I think a couple years older than me.
Okay, so I'm hearing 5 individuals were on this quest, but one of them dropped out because he nearly died, and they still had
Yeah,
2
that's
children
Matthias.
with them. Quick question about the 2 children. You mentioned one of them was Bella, the other one was,
Oh yeah, Bella was a cleric, was a healer.
Alright.
Bella left her village because she needed to learn more about her healing abilities from her patron, her goddess. So she joined our adventure in order to get more experience.
And out of
Essence.
curiosity, how
So
old
Nan was
she?
Essence. That's really hard to say because elves kind of count ages in a different way than humans do.
All right, that's fair.
I just texted you how old she was.
How old did she look? Did she look like human
in
years?
her
Give me human years.
20s. In human years, probably in her 20s.
No, that's a lie.
Nope. That's not true.
Roll deception. Hey, Daly, I need you to roll deception.
Wait, no, I might be remembering that wrong.
I just texted you how old she was.
I know, that's why I said 20s, because I wouldn't think that Nessa would actually remember her actual age. Maybe not. In human years is hard. I know she was 20 in elf years.
She
Roughly
was
about that.
20 years old, as a full-blooded elf.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic.
She was a very, very good fighter. And honestly, I would have died if she wasn't there.
Sebastian is not understanding.
Slayer
any of
also
this,
would have
but
died
he
if
is
she wasn't
watching you
there.
Very intently right now.
He is watching you like a hawk.
Because she was there.
Okay, that's fair. So a very capable 20-year-old elven child who was a cleric on a vision quest joined you, and then Essence was some sort of prodigy of this
Essence
very
was like
old woman.
13, 14. Nan is her legal guardian.
Alright.
Her parents are off on other adventures.
Oh, that makes things so much better.
She was with her legal guardian. And
Okay,
Bella was
alright.
emancipated, so
And
didn't really need
She
a
wasn't.
legal guardian. No? Oh,
No.
okay. I don't know.
I mean,
No, she just
kinda.
left.
She was
Daly's just
she was
making up
sent on
lore
a
for the
vision
characters. She doesn't know what
quest,
happened.
emancipated, disappeared.
This
Her
is
family was
how
not bothered.
Nessa remembers it, okay? This is how Nessa remembers
She
it.
just left one
Alright.
day.
All right, so you have a child on a vision quest, a geriatric assassin, and another, albeit almost adult, who was the assassin's apprentice, and then
She was very good at
assassin-
hiding. You could not
And then
find
another
her.
assassin's apprentice, who again we've mentioned nearly died, and Slayer.
I mean, that happened during the dragon fight, right? Or is that with Slayer? How did Matthias almost die?
That was after
He
your
got
your
door
drinking
for-
incident.
Oh, yeah, no, I mean, we did face like 3 bugbears.
Yeah.
That was the incident in which Matthias kind of like almost died.
Oh dear. Okay. And I assume
We did beat the bugbears though.
No, you didn't.
Okay, bugbears.
Did
So I
we? Oh,
assume
we know we
there were
retreated,
goblins
yeah.
involved. I am going to just
Yes.
assume since Slayer was there were goblins involved. At the very least, you had
There-
one capable individual in the party. Maybe 2 if the old lady was still light on her feet. Okay. Fantastic. And
Oh
you
yeah, no, I
found
mean
the
Nan was
mine-
tabaxi. She was very light on her feet.
Good to note. And you as this party found the mines of Phandelver, which have been missing for I don't know, 100, 200 years?
Nan's very good with information.
Oh my lord. I thought the adventuring party I was in before was bad, but that just sounds insane.
Hey, we survived and we found the mines, didn't we?
You know what? I very much love how optimistic you are. However, that may be a bit too
Good save.
optimistic. Remind me to mention this to my contact when I get the chance. If my father hasn't already called Child Protective Services.
I mean, Bella did go back home.
Well,
Hey.
that's fantastic.
Dan and Essence went on their own trip.
Well, good luck to them. They're going to need it.
I mean, they're just going to look for Essence's parents, so not like it's like that bad of a trip.
Alright, fair enough. Okay, moving on to the next thing. I had more questions, but at this point I'm very much not sure if I want to ask any, so I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm sure you have
I mean,
questions.
first you have the whole
for me.
story.
I'm sure you all have questions for me, considering my father just showed up on the front door and used a gate spell to leave like an absolute maniac.
Gave me a shiny new sword. It's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Yes, with a very interesting name.
I don't think I got his name. What's your dad's name?
I think she meant the name of the new sword.
Oh,
Helly,
I don't
did
know
I
the name
did
of
I
the sword.
send you my father's name? I could have sworn I sent you.
I think I came up with the name before because we didn't have one. His name is Roland.
Yeah. My father's name is, well, incredibly long, but you can call him Roland. It's what he insists everyone call him.
Duly noted. You, Nessa, taking a look at the sword and trying to see if there's a description with the name because she totally forgot what the name was.
I am not telling you. But it definitely would be there on the hilt. Very
Is
easy
it
to
in a
read.
language I can read?
I was saying I need to.
It's in every language. It's in every language, knowing my father.
Wait, let me check something real quick because I. You know what? Do you know Gnomish?
I do not know Gnomish.
He would put it in Gnomish, that motherfucker.
Yeah, it's got an interesting name, and I'm gonna try my best to read whatever the name is in Gnomish and probably butcher it.
You don't even know what the letters mean.
Yeah, you're looking at it and your brain
Oh,
just...
it's like okay, so it's not like in an actual common script. It's like more similar to like Japanese or Korean characters.
You're trying to
compared
read
Yeah, it's like-
Mandarin, but you only
Yeah.
speak English.
Yeah.
So I don't even know how to pronounce this. Like even I can't
You're
even
just looking
sound
at
it
it.
out.
You're looking at it, it's ancient
Like-
Cyrillic, and you're just like,
What sound does this make?
Now the question is, does Daly come up with a new name for the blade?
That is the question.
Chain Crusher. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yes,
gonna come
Chain
up with a new
Crusher.
name for it. I'm not gonna.
No, Chain Crusher is exactly the other thing. It was probably the working title of that blade. If I had to guess.
He was something like Dawnbreaker. I don't know. Don't remember. I was stun locked.
That's fair.
Your dad's impressive.
Does
Reminds me of my
anyone have any
commander.
more questions? Because we need to start moving. No questions? Fantastic.
Grumpily walks over to the dog sled.
Yep. Sebastian follows me, completely reset from the last time we.
No.
The last time we.
No, Ivana. I didn't abandon the pet fairy. The pet fairy abandoned me. I wasn't on the noble quest anymore, so my fairy left me.
You took
Now
too
I'm
long
back
of a
on noble
hiatus.
quest, so can I get the? Now I'm back on my noble quest. Can Ivana find me again?
Would Ivana come to this frozen wasteland?
No.
Let's be honest. No, not even for all the soup in the cauldron, which she would definitely swim in.
She would. She totally would.
Ivana's on some crazy fairy quest in the Feywild right now, doing weird, crazy fairy shit. All right, we all at this point I'm going to I would like to say I'm pretty sure we're all like loading up on the cart, right?
Yeah.
All right. So,
Valk, you still there? You've been quiet for a bit.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay.
Thalia's just kind of looking at. She's a little
skeptical of the new staff.
Yeah, she'll work with it. She'll try it out, but she carved her staff herself. She's real comfortable with it. She knows how it feels. She knows how it works. So she'll give it a try, but right now she doesn't think it could be better than her current staff.
Which is understandable.
It is also probably covered in like runes and has some part of it that is glittery and shiny.
All right. So, where are you guys off to first?
We're gonna go try and find that dwarven thing because it's on the way back to the.
You're going into the Dwarven Valley?
Yeah, essentially that's where they lost the dwarven, where the dwarves lost their sled.
Their sled.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
On the road again.
All right. So that's gonna be.
On the road again.
It's gonna be about 2 hours until you get to the Dwarven Valley.
That's not bad.
That's just gonna be humming on the road.
Is there a
again,
storm
tired
today,
time.
or is it kind of clear but dark, but overcast?
Let me roll a dice.
Because I imagine it's rarely sunny.
Casual weather, so it's still light snow, cloud cover, no blizzard, no heavy
yes.
snow. Yeah, and you still got your
Alaska in the winter.
you still got your 4 hours of sunlight.
That's good. We're using 2 of them right now.
Yep.
All right, ladies, keep your eyes out. Let's see if we can find this sled thing.
I take it there's been far too much snow to track it by this point.
We'll probably see it in a drift somewhere.
Unless the Eddie ate it.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a perception check. Tell me if it's disadvantage or not.
actually, because I was just pulling back up the encounter for this quest, you guys are a blizzard does descend upon you.
Great.
So I gotta roll a dice to see. Okay. So, do you wish to continue moving in this blizzard, or do you wish to pass and see how long it lasts?
How heavy is the blizzard?
It's
Like, are we?
It's not a super heavy blizzard, but it is a blizzard.
Alright, so between driving in the mountains with a light fog or whiteout, where are we sitting?
More closer to whiteout.
I'd say like on a scale of 1 to 10, this is probably like a 5 or 6.
Hey,
No, sorry, like a 6 or 7.
I'm about to say it's about a 7.
Imagine if this is the place where Nessa's secret comes out.
Visibility is reduced to 30 feet. And
Perfect.
you have disadvantage on perception checks.
We should probably see if the blizzard will pass today.
I'm all for that.
Alright, so you guys parking?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sebastian like lets the dogs off and we all kind of like huddle on the side.
Dahlia's-
Like we kind of arrange the cart so that it blocks some of the wind, and we huddle.
Dahlia's going to take the one of the tarps that we had purchased to make kind of like a tent over the cart, and then she's gonna start piling snow up against this tent that she's essentially made.
Sebastian, help her out.
Roll survival with advantage. Hey, I'll give it to you with a 12. It's not the best looking of tents, but yeah, it'll keep you the warm-ish.
It'll keep the snow out, and the snow barrier will keep some of the
Keep it.
heat in.
Yeah.
We used to build igloos as kids. They actually stay very warm.
Yes, they do. That's why they're used so much.
If they work remarkably well for being made out of the cold.
Because snow is extremely insulating.
Yeah?
Yep.
It's the air pockets, yeah.
Alright,
All right.
so...
We hunker down, and Celeste is gonna get a bowl of hot soup to warm her up, even though she's not actually that cold out here.
Alright, after 2 hours, the blizzard settles.
And now it's dark out.
It's at twilight.
Well, looks like it's letting up.
We could keep moving again.
I think that's a good idea.
All right, I'll start digging us out.
Oh!
Sebastian, would you please help her as well?
With
So
two
Sebastian's
people
gonna help
digging.
you dig it out.
Imagine,
Celeste is actually.
imagine with all three of us. It's probably gonna go
Celeste
pretty quick.
is considering using fire to do it, but is decided not to.
Alright, are all 4 of you working on it, or is it just 3?
Well, if
think
I
it's
were to
three
be
of us.
working on it, I want you to know I would be using like create bonfire to like try and help melt the snow in a section.
Okay, well with 3 of you digging, I'd say it takes you 10 minutes to unbury yourselves and get everything moved back to the sled.
Sounds reasonable for me.
All right. And assuming once you're back on the sledge, you're going to continue your travel.
Yeah.
All right. After about another 10 minutes of traveling, you crest a snow-covered ridge and see a frozen, dismembered corpse in the gully in front of you. Snow covers some of the gory bits, but the headless torso and severed limbs are visible. You see tracks in the snow all around the corpse, and the telltale grooves of the snow left behind a sled that has been hauled away.
Why are you having such a strong reaction to this, Nessa?
No, this is daily. This is daily. Sorry.
Sorry, I thought Nessa was actually doing the puking.
I also thought it was Nessa.
Well, that's
This is
foreboding, but at least there's a trail. This couldn't possibly be out the cart we're looking for, could it?
I mean, they did say that their friend was dismembered, and this definitely looks like a dwarf.
Alright, but follow-up question, why are there still tracks in the snow then? Literally, there was just a blizzard. And it's been snowing for weeks.
You think that there's another dismembered dwarf out here?
Honestly, I think it's a very real possibility that more than one cart has been stolen now.
Fair. So
What about you,
it's
Talia? What do you...
Probably
what-
all the
what do you
same
think?
people, I imagine.
I mean, it's the same calling card, a corpse in the snow with its head and limbs missing.
It could also be yeah, probably multiple, or something keeps coming back to them.
Helly, what can I make an investigation check to try and determine, like, just try to see what clues I can pick up to try and piece this together better?
You could do that. There are also tracks still around the corpse that you could try to follow if you wish.
At the very least, I would like to look at the tracks and try to figure out what they are, but mostly I'm trying to figure out all of the kind of different pieces of this and try and put it back together. Like, I'm trying to see if there's, like, something on the body or, like, the way that he was how he was dismembered and stuff like that.
Well, let's start with the survival check for the tracks, and then we can roll an investigation to see if you can detective mode this shit.
Okay, survival check for the tracks and detective mode.
Okay.
Wow, that's a good survival check this time. I was not expecting to roll well with that.
So, these tracks actually seem somewhat fresh within the last
Also,
20-30 minutes.
alright, so really recent.
They belong to half a dozen small humanoids wearing snowshoes. And the tracks
Okay.
lead south.
Alright. And by the way, that investigation skill check was a natural 20.
I see that.
Yep.
With the investigation check, you can piece together that this corpse was definitely ripped apart, not cut, and
Okay.
seems to be frozen. So how long it's been sitting there is hard to tell, but it's definitely been day or two.
Okay. Am I able to determine if the arms were ripped off before post-mortem or pre-mortem?
With the nat 20, I would say that based on how the icicles are forming around the limbs, that it was ripped then frozen.
Okay, so he definitely was before he was here. It was ripped apart. And there's enough blood here that he was definitely alive when it happened. And these tracks appear to be some sort of small humanoid with snowshoes, so not likely to be Yetis. And the there's no cart tracks, right, Helly? I mean, not cart tracks, sled tracks.
Let me take a real quick look here. There are sled tracks in the snowshoe tracks.
And these prints are very, very recent, 30 minutes at the very least. They got here just before we did.
Huh.
So something ripped this man limb from limb, was wearing snowshoes, and then got in a cart? Something about this isn't adding up. Unless, of course, it's the Durgar
doesn't
who
sound
can
like
grow
it.
large.
Yeah, but the dwarf say it was a Yeti. Would a Duergar look like a Yeti?
I mean, if it's big and in the middle of a snowstorm, maybe they would mistake it for a Yeti? What do you think, Talia?
Maybe.
Yetis aren't often seen. It would be very easy for someone who doesn't know what they're seeing to confuse a Duergar with the Yeti if all they know is snow and big.
Yes, that does make sense. Alright. Well, if it is the Durgar, then we have even more reasons to kill them. At the very least, we need to hunt them down. Does this person have anything useful on them at all? I assume not. Like,
And now,
and there's no real identifying markers of him left, so I'm just gonna. Do we want to bury this poor man? I know it'll take some time, but I'm sure some firebolts into the icy ground would help.
I would feel better if we buried him.
Alright. Well, as soon as the track starts snowing over too much, we may have to leave anyways, but at least we'll get it started.
as you
We don't
start,
have any
go ahead.
shovels, do we? We don't have any shovels or pickaxes, do we?
No,
Okay.
Wait, no, wait. Does Sebastian still have that pickaxe?
does
Sebastian
have
does
the
have a pickaxe.
Which would be perfect for the frozen, permafrosted ground around here, so he's gonna just start digging the grave with the pickaxe after
I remember
digging.
the pickaxe.
As you guys start to clear this body out from the snow to bury it, you do notice that most of his internal organs have been removed in a very
Something
aggressive manner.
Okay, so something's eaten out. Could the ogre have been involved? I mean, they had an undead ogre at the last place, so maybe they have another one, or maybe it was the same one. Oh wait, I know where the ogre got the sled. Do you think? Well, no, but that wouldn't make sense because we killed the ogre yesterday, so these tracks wouldn't be fresh. Never mind, we need to figure this out. Celeste is literally standing there while everyone's like doing the work.
Doing work.
She's like sitting there like thinking, like racking her mind, trying to piece this all together.
Classic.
I mean, she can't help. Even if she did get involved, she would only hurt them.
Which, like, honestly, fair.
Yeah. Once the man is buried, she's gonna be like, "Excellent job, team. I think we've got an idea of where we're going, and we managed to put the man to rest, hopefully." Off we go. More mysteries.
I was half tempted to say that Nessa was gonna do like the cross Like the Christian cross, and I'm like, hey, no one worked for Dionysus. What would you do for Dionysus?
For Dionysus, it's literally you pour a little alcohol in the grave, but you don't have any. Because you drank it all.
Actually, no, I do. I haven't uncorked my last bottle of brandy. I still have that. I'm gonna uncork the brandy and then pour a little bit out on the grave.
Helly.
This is your
it frozen in
special,
the
like,
bottle?
What was that, X?
Special.
Is it frozen in the bottle?
Brandy doesn't.
You know what? Daily, high or low?
At the very
Low.
least, it's slush, right?
You said low?
Oh, yeah.
Bad news.
Oh, it's frozen.
It is frozen. It is bricked up on a Tuesday.
Someone has been replacing your alcohol with water.
No. At cold enough temperatures, alcohol does freeze like that, especially low alcohol content alcohol.
Yeah.
Wine will
Brandy's
start
not really a
freezing
high
at
in
negative
content.
10. Wine
don't-
starts to freeze at negative 10 degrees.
I don't drink, so.
Yeah. It's very
I only know
low freezing point, but it does have a freezing point.
I had a friend who
Yeah,
used
it's
to
basically a
accidentally freeze
distilled
his-
wine, which is mostly water anyway.
So, yeah, well, that's unfortunate.
Well, it was the thought that counts. I'm gonna cork back
You
up
know
my
what?
brandy and stick it back up and back in my backpack.
You know what? Certainly, I'm sure it is.
All right. Are you
Alright,
guys
off
following
we
these
go.
tracks?
Off we go.
All right.
Brandy freezes at about 175 degrees Fahrenheit, or negative 175 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, never mind.
no,
then it's
never
not
mind.
frozen.
No, that's high count. No, okay. I looked up specifically brandy, but it didn't actually give me the answer for specifically brandy. No, it still says freezing point of per ethanol is 173, but the alcohol depends on the proof. So whereas brandy's a lower proof, probably at like, I don't know, negative 50.
So slush then.
Eh.
Or at the very
But
least,
still.
very, very cold.
I was just curious because we brought it up and I'm like, what temperature does brandy freeze at?
Perfect tangent.
All right. So, I'm assuming you guys are following on your dog sled.
Yes.
All right. After about 15 or so minutes of following this trail, you see the creatures you have been following appear to be goblins based on their stature. 6 of them groan and grunt and curse loudly as they haul a bulky sled for what appears to be a 20-foot-tall wagon parked in the snow. Harnessed in...
Are they?
Not goblins.
Important question.
Goblins are inherently
Important
evil. I have no problem with destroying goblins.
Important question: are they all within the radius of a single fireball, Helly?
I would imagine yes. I will get a map made up here in just a moment. Harnessed to this Corvairons are 2 roaring polar bears that do not look happy.
Did I glitch?
I don't know, did you?
Okay, that was weird. Sorry.
How dare?
My internet took a dip.
Well,
So-
again, how dare?
Yeah, I'm just gonna take a good quick look at this map we got here. Oh wait, you haven't pulled it up on right
Yeah, I've not yet because I'm trying to clean something.
You're now echoing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Alright, I will bring everybody to the map. I will quickly...
Floating wilderness.
Is the echo coming from my side?
It was, but it seems to be good now.
Okay.
Well,
yeah,
it's a little bit there,
I don't
but...
know why, but my audio system kind of refreshed. I'm gonna figure that out. eventually. The
Populate
goblins are.
all of the guys here.
Wait, you said it was like a 20-foot tall like sled, like a huge fucking sled?
So they're pulling a sled to a 20-foot tall wagon.
Wow. That's a big wagon.
Yeah?
Uh-oh.
Okay.
God, it's a giant, isn't it?
So, at the start, as you see these creatures, you are 120 feet behind the sled.
Okay. Are we in turn order yet, or can Sebastian have the dogs take a dash action to get us closer?
Let me get everything moved as needed real quick.
Wait, you said 120 feet?
Yes.
Okay. And they're perfectly grouped up?
They are currently split up slightly. There is the... actually, I'm really butchering this. I do not have a large enough map for this at the moment.
Ah, rip the homie.
So we're gonna... We will let you guys get your... We'll quickly throw everything in turn order. First, let me just get everybody into combat. Because we like combat around here. Alright.
You want us to roll initiative?
Roll initiative.
Fantastic. Gotta remember how to do that.
Hey!
That's a lot of rolls, Helly.
Hey!
There's a lot of rolls.
Not bad.
You
That's
know
not a
what?
bad roll
After
right there.
last session, when none of us rolled over 10, I'm not gonna complain.
Honestly, a 20 and a 19 is pretty good. Let me get Sebastian's real quick.
My
I just
roll
rolled
isn't even
Sebastian's.
that bad.
Oh, you did? Okay, never mind then.
He got a 14 in total.
Hey, most of us are... We're all 10 or above. That's good enough.
We must have served our penance last session.
Okay.
I guess.
So, having Sebastian dash will give you guys 60 feet of movement. I'm gonna put
Okay.
you guys here for now while I try to measure shit out.
But will that alert them to our presence?
I'm about
running
to alert them to
big-
our presence.
You running, I'm gonna say no. This map is not big enough. So we're gonna have to just mess around here for a hot minute.
Okay. We're on the cart still,
Yes, you are still on the wagon for the sled.
and we're about 120 feet away from these people.
Yep, so if you want, we can start with Sebastian's turn so he can get the dash
No,
with the dogs.
Celesta's definitely gonna act before Sebastian.
Okay, then we'll start at the top of the turn order here, and let me just quickly read over something just to get a feel for how this combat's supposed to go.
Ominous.
Because there's a lot of moving parts here, you know?
Even more ominous.
Oh, you want ominous, do you? You want ominous, do you?
No, don't do it, Daily.
Okay. Valk, it is your turn. Ivana,
How is that for ominous?
well, don't worry. Ivana, Nat failed her glitter storm.
Oh, no.
Oh, I do not have time for that.
You guys are 120 feet away from our guys here, which is not how this is listed out accurately because maps.
I just realized that, like, one of my features is really cool. And I wish I actually used it, but I always forget about it. I'm gonna cast Mage Armor on myself.
That's
Useful.
it's a solid one. All right. Anything else?
No.
All right. X, it's your turn.
Yeah, these are just goblins, right?
They are just goblins.
They're just little guys, right?
They're
So
little
I am
guys who are walking away from you guys.
I am going to use my. You know what? I'm going to use my pen because I can do this with my pen too. I'm going to spend 3 charges. How do I do this? Use ability.
So the item in your inventory has charges, and you should be able to just knock down the
Okay.
charges down to 3.
Okay, I'm going to use 3 charges and cast my Melf's minute meteors as
Milfs.
and let me just
Milfs.
I'm gonna let me quickly drop the spell in there. And Helly, this I am the one concentrating on this, or is the item concentrating?
It is still you concentrating.
Okay, then I'm going to cast that real quick. And 6 small like meteors of like stone and fire start to orbit around my forehead, around my head, as I swing my pen around and it glows, activating them. And as a bonus action, I'm going to send 2 of them. I'm going to send 2 of them out. One of them right here and one of them right here.
Josie,
I'm trying
I'll
to-
answer your
I'm
question
trying
in
to
1
get
second,
3
Val.
Yeah, I'm trying to get 3 of them here, and then 3 of them with this one back here.
Wait, how many can you send at once?
2 of them.
Okay, and which 2 are you aiming for?
So it gives me a total of 6. So I'm gonna aim. It's not to a person. It's a point I can see. So I'm gonna choose here. So all 3 of these have to make it, and then here, and
So just all of them need to do it.
then these 3 have to make it again. So these 3, the 3 on the bottom, and then once that one impacts, the 3 on the top have to make it. And that's the DC is 16 now for a dex save.
Okay. Don't know actually which ones made these saves because it doesn't actually tell me. I will say this one fails and this one fails.
So just 2 of them fail?
Yep.
The 2 in the middle?
This one and this one.
The 2 in the back.
Okay. And the 2 in the middle made 2 saving throws, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then they're going to take... The ones who didn't fail take half as much damage. Sorry, I'm just making sure.
This guy actually nat 20'd one of them.
Question.
Yeah.
Please do
2d6.
fire damage. Okay. Let me just roll it again real quick as I click it. Let me see. And both of those get another 1, I believe, because of my ability for natural ones. But let me read that ability real quick. No, that's just cantrips.
While you're sorting that out, I'm gonna see if I can sort out Valkyrie real quick. Yes, doggo. Hi. So you use the slot for mage armor.
Okay, so that's for cantrips.
Because it has a button that when I cast it that said apply active effect, but when I actually click on that, it doesn't do nothing.
So what I just did is I hit the edit for your thing, clicked on the armor class where the armor class is, and there's an option for mage armor.
Okay, so yeah,
Thank you.
Helly, my elemental adept allows me to treat those 2 1s as 2s instead, and so that's going to be 6 and 5 damage instead of 5 and 4.
So this
The
guy.
first one is hitting the bottom 3, and then the second one's hitting the top 3.
Okay, so this guy takes a total of 9, right?
Yep.
All right, you got him. And then this guy's taking. Actually, no, yeah. You put one here. So this guy's not only affected by 1, so he's only hit by.
So the 6, the 6 deals here on this group of 3 on the bottom, and then the 5 deals on the ones above. I don't expect to clear them all the way out, but I do expect to fuck them up.
Okay. So this guy
You
here.
said right now
This guy
the,
here gets
the
fucked
range.
because he gets hit by
So wait,
both of them.
We are about 70 feet away, though.
Well, they're 120 feet away. It's just I don't have a board big enough for this.
That much room. Okay, so we're technically over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're like off the map right now.
We're like,
But I have a range of 120 feet with this. so I'm
we're
just
in
gonna-
this corner over here. Okay. We're basically just in the top corner.
Okay. So, is that your turn?
Did I kill any of them?
You got this guy. Because he got hit by both rocks.
Okay, yeah, that's my turn. Can I use my movement to spur the cart on, or is that something Sebastian has to do?
That'll be something Sebastian has to do because he's the one with the reins.
Okay.
Alright. It's this guy's turn. He's going to move to the other side of the sled, just seeing some rocks fly over his face.
That also exploded, yeah.
Let me just make little box here. That's the sled that they're that they're pulling,
Okay.
and he's going to let me roll a d4 real quick for no reason.
God damn it.
Hey, to be fair, I'm rolling it to see who the heck I'm going to hit, or who the hell I'm going to attack. And looks like it's Sebastian.
Fair enough.
Sebastian's gonna get shot at by a bow.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's a 17. That hits.
That's gonna hit. My boy's taking damage again.
Not a bad hit, but he's gonna feel it.
How much?
At 5 damage.
That's not too bad. He does feel it though.
Alright, it's his turn.
Sebastian takes the arrow in the shoulder like it's nothing, and then is going to have the wolves pulling our cart dash us up to that other cart as far as that he can.
So 60 feet.
Yep. So that's his. Is he making the dash action, or are the wolves making the dash action? That's.
I'm making their turns be the same as he is essentially operating them.
Okay. So the question is, does he still have an action?
He does not.
Okay. He
I
has
want
a
to move their
bonus
cursor
action?
here for me real quick. Thank you, Val.
I can't, but we're in structured turn, so I can't.
I just needed somebody just to move their cursor there, so I had a point of
I was
reference.
able to move Sebastian.
Okay. So y'all have driven the 60 feet. Now we're in actual space.
Wait, is the speed of the thing only 30 feet?
I believe so.
I thought it was 60 feet.
No, sorry. Wolves have a speed of 40 feet, so you would get an extra 20 feet.
It's like how far are we going? Tell me where we are. That works.
Where are you?
And I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Sebastian's just using his turn to get us within combat range. And that's his turn.
Alright. Next up is Daily.
Alright. So with what we're looking at here, I would have to take the dash action in order to get to any of them.
Yes.
Yeah, you'd have to jump off of the cart and take the dash action.
I don't really want to take the dash action because I would prefer to hold my action for if one of them attacks us. But I would like to move at least my.
I mean, right now you're being moved. Daily. Right now you're on the sled being moved as a unit.
40. Oh yeah. Do I want to stay
And
on the
it's
sled?
moving at full speed.
Oh, I
But
just
I
want
at
to.
least put myself at the front of the sled so that way I can attack anything that'd be approaching us.
I mean, right now the order is dogs, Sebastian, rest of the party.
Because they would attack the dogs first, if anything.
I mean, the
Dogs
dog.
big enough to ride on.
Do you want to attempt to jump on one of the dogs?
No, not really, actually.
Are the dogs
I was
even
just gonna
big
say
enough
we're-
to carry you?
They
I
are.
mean,
Each dog
that's
is a
what I
large
was-
creature.
They're mediums, actually.
Never mind.
Eh, oh, never mind. Alright, I'm just going to, I am gonna hold a swing of my sword in case one of those goblins comes within melee range for my next turn.
Okay.
And then it's my turn.
Alright, it's this guy's turn. He's gonna duck behind the sled here as well. And he's gonna take a shot. Because, you know, what else is Bro gonna do? And
I mean, sounds reasonable to me.
alright, this one's aiming for Nessa.
Of course.
Also sounds reasonable.
13.
Not gonna hit.
Alright, this guy here, he's gonna walk over his dead friend. Gonna get into cover. This one is aiming for Thalia in the back.
So, how much cover does she have?
I'd say an extra 2.
Fair enough.
17. I think that barely hits.
Yep,
What's your AC right now, Valk?
14.
And then the extra 2 for with mage armor, because it's mage armor is 13 plus dex.
Ah. Okay.
That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to roll damage. Roll damage. Ooh, that's an 8 damage to Valk.
Boy.
Oof.
All right, Valk, it's your turn. You just got an arrow lodged in your shoulder.
Alright. I'm casting Twin Spell,
Ooh, twin spell.
and I am using my new staff to direct a firebolt at this guy.
So this guy and who
Double
else?
And the one next to him.
Okay. So these guys are behind cover. I need to quickly see what
I
If-
bet any that aren't.
But well, they are all behind cover. I just need to see if the book here lists what type of cover this thing provides, if it does.
I mean, I would say half cover to the ones on the edges, and then full cover to the guy hiding all the way behind it.
Well, so ideally the sled is actually like at a diagonal. It's just I can only draw in a square.
Yeah.
So these two guys here would be on the short face, probably in the full cover, which are the ones that Valk is targeting. Take a quick look here, just one more glance through.
I mean, you could give them 3/4 so she could actually try to hit them, but if they're in full cover, it can't really do much.
3/4 cover, so that is a +5 to their armor class. Alright, so let's roll your spell attacks. 17.
Ooh.
So, because I can never remember, because my brain just goes burr at this. Meets it, beats it. That goes to attacks, right?
Yes.
Okay, so this guy, this one gets hit.
Okay.
So 6, and remember, because you use the meta magic, you get to add an extra 2d4. That is 10 damage to this boy. Well, I've got good news for you.
Yay!
Let me find which one he is.
I like Twin Spell. That might be one of my favorite meta magics.
It's a pretty
It's
good
a
one.
really good one.
Alright. That's your turn?
Yeah.
Alright, X, it's your turn.
All right. I am going to. The guy right here is in half cover, 3/4. What is he at?
This guy is in 3/4, this guy's in half.
Okay. I am going to cast, as an action, I'm going to use Firebolt on him.
On the half cover?
Yeah, on the half cover guy.
Okay. That's +2 to his AC.
A total of 20.
That hits.
And then that's going to do
We just lost it all.
2d10. So 8 damage to that guy.
It's okay.
I gotta find which one he is in the order. Well.
Okay, and bonus action, I'm going to send one of my 4 remaining meteors at the other guy. And I'm just going to nail it, just going to aim for right next to him. I don't have to hit him.
Okay, so that's a deck save.
Yep, DC 16, I think.
Alright,
Yeah,
you
DC
got him.
16. Okay, 2d6. 4 damage.
He's not blech.
He's not blech. He's close, though.
He's bleeding.
Okay. And that is my entire turn.
Alright, it's Sebastian's turn.
Sebastian's gonna, seeing that we have good range, he's going to pull the cart around. Let me give you a pen drawing real quick to show you the kind of the path he's trying to take us on. So he takes it here, then around to here, and then around to this guy.
Okay.
What?
That's so if we go down to here, that's
He's
30
just
feet.
Basically, he's just moving down and staying at least 10 feet from the cart and swinging around it to give us
So
remove
he-
the man's cover.
So he can get to here without dashing.
Actually, can he, with a dash, line Nessa up for a baseball swing by swinging around the other side of the cart?
I'd allow it.
Okay. Wait, Nessa, you have 10-foot reach now, right?
And she was never heard from again.
I'm just going to assume she was
I'm
double-handing her
trying to
sword.
think. Yeah,
'cause
no,
you
I
have
did.
your sword.
Yes, I did put away my shield. I only have
Okay,
18
then
AC
he's
right
just gonna
now.
swing close
But,
enough
yeah.
for Nessa to swing at this
Yeah.
motherfucker. And then, after he swings past this motherfucker, he's gonna
much-
just keep going
how much
until
extra
his
range do I have
entire
again?
dash is used up.
It gives you a +5 reach.
Yeah.
Which means I can reach 10 feet.
Yes.
Is that right? Normal melee is 5 feet?
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
Bring it
Yeah,
on.
so he's swinging. He's basically bringing the cart close enough that Daly can swing at it with her new sword, but not close enough that the goblin could make a melee attack on anyone on the cart. And then he's going to
Means I need
keep
to
going
move to the other
past
side
with
of the
the
cart.
rest of the dash movement because he's going to assume that we can get past this guy, and he's just going to.
Also,
he's just basically doing a drive-by right now in case there's.
Also,
more shit
real
out
quick,
here.
I'm backing you guys up just because there is stuff off of the map that I want to bring onto the map.
Fair enough. Are we able to see any of the stuff that's off of the map?
It is out of your guys' range, view range at the moment, but it was off the map, and I wanted to bring it onto the map just for continuity's sake.
Fair enough. But yeah,
Alright.
that's gonna be Sebastian's whole turn is lining Daly up for the baseball swing for life at full speed on the cart. I don't know if that's gonna add more damage or something, but at the very least, it's gonna give her a chance.
All right. Bring.
We're drive by.
Yeah.
All right,
Smashing
Daly,
These
you-
guys. All right, so I do have to move to the other side of the cart though. So I was on the wrong side of the cart. So
I
let me
imagine
move
you
me.
were right behind
can't I move
Sebastian
me?
wherever he was.
'Cause
so
it's
you
not
could
your
probably swing
turn.
the other way while we're moving.
Oh, there we go. Oh, because it's during his turn. So by moving him, I
Yeah.
can take my held action. Okay, great.
She's
Yeah,
figuring it
alright.
out.
She's learning. She's learning.
Remember to swing with your extra sword because it's a +1 weapon.
Oh.
I mean, granted, you still
I
hit,
had +1
but
to that.
you still hit,
It would have
but
been
it's
an
fine.
18, is really what it would have been.
Yes, but I was just
Oh,
saying.
I didn't know it was also a +1.
I said this.
I never
You
said
did
I
say
was
it.
smart.
Okay, I
That's
know you
fair.
don't listen to me.
Anyways, 18 to hit
Hey,
does hit
listen,
this motherfucker.
retaining is a little bit different, though.
All right, well, roll damage.
But is it the normal damage though?
Wait, it's +1 damage.
Oh, it's +1 damage. Okay,
Wait,
8
Kelly,
damage then.
question.
Possible
Kelly,
answer.
question. Would all of my attacks with magic have added an additional damage to each of these guys?
I don't know how +1 to a spellcasting focus works because it's weird.
Okay, we'll look into that in a minute.
It's one of those weird
these goblins
things.
are worth. I don't think these goblins are worth me doing the divine smite to. Wait, if I held my attack damage in and I have double attack, can I swing at him again?
You can't double attack on a reaction.
I can.
Can't with a T.
Oh, can't. Oh.
Because the way that it works is to multi-attack is using you can make a second attack action on your turn. Because you're doing a reaction attack for holding, it is not your turn, so therefore you cannot do a second attack.
Sad, but at least it's my turn next anyway.
Bleh.
Oh, he's dead anyway. Okay. Don't have to worry about that. Beautiful.
And
So, Ellie, if a spell casting focus is a +1, then it does also do the additional damage.
okay, well, we know for the
Gives
future.
bonuses to for casting, attack, and damage rolls.
Okay, well, we know for the future. I believe I made your weapon a +1 in its stats.
But
So it
does she
should
just straight up
auto-calculate.
swing and decapitate this motherfucker?
Yep. With that new extra range of her sword.
Yeah. And Sebastian's just going to use the rest of his movement to keep going because he's not sure if there's anyone else around here.
As Sebastian pulls away from this newly decapitated goblin, you guys do start to see a flicker of light to the south.
Okay, and what about that 20-foot tall cart? Where is that at?
To the south.
Okay.
Time to progress turn counter.
Oh, great. Snow bears.
Alright, Daly, it is your turn.
Okay, so we can kind of see the flickering of light over. Oh, okay. Goblins with polar bears. All right, I'm holding an action. I'm holding an attack action. That's really all I can. Wait, no. Wait. Dahlia was hurt, right?
Yes.
Daly was hurt.
All
So
right.
is
Can I
Sebastian.
spend?
Oh,
Can I
wait, your
spend
healing
my
doesn't work on
action?
Sebastian. Never mind.
And my healing doesn't work on Sebastian. I can't do anything for Sebastian. But can I take the arrow out of Thalia and use lay on hands?
I'll allow it.
Okay.
Uh,
Lay on hands. Use ability. And then I'm gonna heal you for the 8 damage that you took. So I have that. Back into full.
Also, because I wasn't sure if this was actually in your visible range, the wagon is what's causing this flickering of light. It is burning to the ground.
Oh, great.
The wagon behind us or a wagon ahead of us?
There's a wagon down here. This is the 20-foot tall wagon.
The one that we're supposed to be getting.
The ones that you were pursuing. And here was, there was a sled with stuff on it.
And
But,
there's another one down there that's on fire and possibly being attacked in the same area where the smaller one was attacked.
Anything else on your turn, Daily?
Nope, I think that's all I'm gonna do.
Don't want
Alright.
to spend your bonus action to make your cape billow?
Yeah, actually, yeah, sure, let's do that.
This guy is just booking it.
Away from us or towards us?
Just away.
Yeah, he's just booking it.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
And another one gone,
You just
another
full
one
on
gone.
ran
And
this way.
fuck this shit, I'm out.
I need to for funny things because it's funny. Okay, so you guys also just witnessed this very hungry-looking polar bear.
Just jumps on a goblin and bites his head off.
Just rips him to shreds.
Oh, wait, so the goblins were not working with the polar bears. The polar bears, we may just want to take care of the goblins and just steer clear of the polar
No, the polar bears are attached to the wagon that is currently burning.
Ah.
We should probably put that out.
Yep. I'm
Save
not
the
sure
polar
how I
bears.
would do that, but yep.
All right, Valk, it's your
Hey.
turn.
I don't know what to do. How far away are we?
You're still fairly far. 110 from the bears.
I don't
About 100 from the cart.
want to actively hurt the bears.
I agree. We have food for the bears. We have a whole cauldron. Well, we have a third of a cauldron, but that'll be enough to at least get them to calm down.
I don't have anything to help put out the cart, especially from this distance. Whew. There's nothing I can do till we get closer.
All
It
right.
would be a great time to have control flames.
I know.
Well, X, it's your turn.
I do not have control flames, which is an oversight on my part. Note to self. I don't get any new cantrips either, so I'll have to find it. Anyways, yeah, we're about 110 feet from these polar bears, right? Do I see any other goblins over there?
Not in the range of the light of the inferno.
Yeah, and I don't want to hurt the poor polar bears because I agree with Talia on that. I am just going to... I'm going to be ready to fire 2 more of the Melf's meteors if I see another goblin. I'm not going to fire them if I don't see a goblin, but I will fire them the instant I see a goblin.
Okay.
Just try to double tap the little fucker.
It's Sebastian's turn.
Sebastian, seeing a flaming cart in front of us, assumes that's where the bad guys are and is going to just... Yeah, just full on Russian forwards, Leroy Jenkins style. And I see this little fucker over here in the corner.
Sure.
Cool. Double tap. DC 16 saving throw.
I gotta roll the saving throw still. I was trying to see if I could find a quick button to access it.
Yeah, I'm just giving you numbers to work with here.
You got him.
Yeah. Just pop, pop. There's just 2 little streaks of light and then 2 explosions, and then you hear a goblin go, ah, as he's tossed into the snow and stops moving.
There's definitely a Wilhelm scream.
Wilhelm.
You got it, Barry? Give it. There we go.
I have it, but I don't remember what button it is for me.
Perfect.
All right. And Daly, it's your turn.
There is not much I can do until we get closer. I'm a hold in action, just in case I see another enemy. Not including the polar bears.
Okay.
Polar bears are not our enemies.
They are our friends.
All right.
They're
Not
our
food.
friends.
Polar bear's turn. All right. Both of these polar bears have just ripped themselves free of the strap that were holding them to this burning wagon.
I mean,
Okay.
fair.
One goes this way.
Are they gonna chase after the goblin buddy?
And one ventures that way into the Ear Coalescent Void. Now, it's your
At
turn.
least they're free.
They rolled 24s to free out of their binds.
Oh, hell yeah.
You don't piss off an angry polar bear.
How
They-
far away are we from the cart, Holly?
45. At 40, 45, somewhere in that ballpark.
There's literally nothing I can do until we're up at it.
Well, at this point, as the bears are scurrying off because fuck people, I want food,
Fair.
and the remaining goblins have left, combat is over.
Cool.
Cool. That was easy.
Hey,
To be,
if I
to be fair,
cast
this is a level
mending-
1 quest.
If I
Yeah.
cast mending on this sled, would it fix it?
The one that's burning.
Yeah.
If you can conjure up all of the ashes into a board.
I mean,
Ellie, that's not how that
theoretically-
works, but technically it would mend it a piece at a time. We want to put the fire out first, though.
Okay, anyone have any idea how to put the fire out? I mean, we could bury it in snow and just smother it.
That's what I was thinking.
probably
we can
the best
throw snow
idea.
on it. Yeah.
We can gather it up and like
let's
close
get-
the billowing and then toss
Kelly-
it on using the billowing
Well,
action.
Kelly?
Or let's be smart, have the dogs dash and take a sharp turn,
That's
It's-
what I was thinking.
spray it with
Yeah.
water. Hey! Great minds think alike.
Ellie, can we Tokyo drift some snow all over this cart?
I will need to make the dogs roll a dexterity check.
And Sebastian a animal handling, I assume?
Yeah,
Okay, I don't have access to his animal handling ability. but
I'll
it's-
get everything rolled up here in a second.
Thank you. Is it a is it wisdom? Is that what animal handling is?
I think so.
Okay.
So they don't get any they get a +2 because they're dex.
I just rolled his animal handling for you.
15 and an 18. I'll allow it.
As we're talking about like how are we gonna put this out, Sebastian just whips the reins and pulls the dogs into a sharp turn, and we just slide sideways and just cover it in snow.
It's a little bit bumpy for you guys because you weren't necessarily expecting Tokyo Drift.
Nope. And he is going to pull us to a stop after the Tokyo Drift. Well, that took care of that. Good idea, Talia.
All right.
Thank you.
So you've got a fairly burned up wagon.
Cut the polar bears free, or are they already free? They're
Oh,
already
they're
free. Never mind.
gone. Those polar bears have never been more gone in their lives.
Just again confirmed,
Oh,
Daly doesn't
so
listen to
sweet.
me.
I am dissociating just a tad bit here. I'm sorry.
That's
Fine.
fine, Daily. I am too.
All right, we'll go
Sebastian
through.
talk.
We'll let you guys loot the wagon. We'll let you loot the sled.
I thought we were casting mending on it to return this thing.
We are, but
It-
also we need to like look it over and stuff.
I'm going to pull a little bit of the DM here. This is not the sled you guys were sent to get for.
Okay, let's just loot it then.
Well, Well, let's see what we found.
All right.
22.
Inside here, you see some burnt up straw beds,
Fair enough.
2 potions and a sealskin pouch.
I'll grab the pouch.
And a bone
The
whistle.
potions are in the pouch or no?
The potions are just next to the pouch.
Okay, I'm gonna test the potions to see what they are.
All right.
Arcana if you need me to.
Yep, let's roll Arcana. 14.
14.
Hey, you're fairly certain that these are potions of animal friendship.
Alright.
That makes sense. Is there anything in this pouch?
You have collected 13 silver and 25 copper.
Ooh,
Okay.
hey, it's money.
It is money.
And the bone whistle, I'm just gonna pick up the bone whistle and look at it and be like, this is strange. A little
Is it
instrument.
magic?
I bet, because you said that those were animal friendship potions, right?
Yes.
I bet that whistle calls the polar bears.
Do we want to call the polar bears and see if we can feed them? We have plenty of stew.
Sure.
Alright. Sebastian, will you pull out the cauldron real quick and... So, as soon as we get the cauldron out kind of into some open ground, because I don't necessarily want to worry about the polar bears, I am going to blow the whistle.
Okay. A very sharp sound emits from the whistle.
I imagine the dogs all hear it.
The dogs all hear it and are not happy.
Sorry, puppies. My apologies.
And no sign of polar bear.
Gonna look around for a couple more minutes. Blow it one more time,
The dogs whine again.
but no polar bears.
No polar bears.
Well, we tried. They're on their own now. And there's nothing else in this giant fucking cart.
Now,
At least the polar bears were saved.
here, let me
Polar bears got 3.
let me see if I can show you guys an image of what this cart looks like. That's That should have shown it to you guys. Let me
Nope.
know. Did not?
Oh, there it is.
Yes, I see it.
It just popped up, sorry.
All good.
That's a cool cart.
That is the cart that
That
went to
is
Blaze.
That is a cool cart.
And there's nobody home.
Nope. They all tried to run, and one of them got eaten for it.
Ah, so it was the goblins.
All right.
Well,
And now, do you wish to go check out the other sled?
yes. Now that we've looted this, we're just kind of... Do we want to pull it off of the road or just leave it here for someone else to possibly take if they want it? I don't think we can bring this back anywhere we're going. Not without moving a lot slower. Ladies? Did my mic die again?
Repeat that one more time. No, repeat that one more time.
Do we-
One ear at the other.
Do we want to use a few of our dogs to try and pull this cart with us, or no?
I mean, because we can.
It'll slow
we
us
have a
down
team
a
of
lot,
6.
Yeah.
And we have a team of 6. 3 can pull our cart. Do you think 3 can pull the other?
I think they could. 3 of them could pull the big one. It's just going to be a lot slower.
Might be
We
worth
could
it.
pull the other
Is this-
sled with just 3 and not lose a lot of speed.
And this is the cart we know we're looking for, is that right?
This is not the cart we're looking for.
No, this is not the cart we're looking for. This is a different cart. This is a cart we could sell, though.
Helly,
Or try to
Helly,
find the owner.
question.
Possible
Does
answer.
the cart that was being pulled by polar bears look like it was being used by the goblins that they accidentally somehow lit on fire?
It definitely looked like there were goblins in there. Did they accidentally set it on fire is another question.
Can I do an investigation to see how the fire started?
I would
sure.
say we just leave it.
Start the fire.
I don't think it's worth it to bring it with us.
That's very fair. 13, that's a low roll.
I mean, there's an unlit torch in the middle of it.
Okay, looks like the goblins set their own cart on fire like idiots. Let's go check the other cart out, what that they were stealing. Do we all want to make investigation checks, or do you just want to leave it up to me?
For investigating investigating the other sled.
Yeah.
I mean, they
Oh, you did give me 2 emergence.
well, there's 4 dead goblins around the sled. In this sled,
Yep.
trying to find. I remember seeing the descriptor of this chest. I've been trying to re-find it, and I have been failing.
Okay, I'll give you a minute. Convergence, Chain of the Dawn. Yeah, that is totally the name that something my dad would call it.
But I'm not. Wait, isn't this? I need to attune to this, don't I?
No,
No, it has an attunement.
because I was trying to. I made all these things from
Oh,
scratch, so
no.
I'm trying to
That's
learn
not-
the system.
Never mind. It's not attunement because it's also on my shot of healing thing. What does this symbol mean?
Let me see what symbol you're on about.
Little feather symbol, maybe.
Could just mean that it is a trinket. I don't remember. I'll look at it. I'll look into it later. Okay.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, I'm not finding anything that's actually describing this that they're pushing. So this is just a standard wooden sled with with about 6 handrails on the left and right sides of it. That's just pretty much a wooden box.
There's a wooden box in it?
The sled is essentially a wooden box on skis with 6 handles.
Oh. What's in the box?
Hey, you want to open it?
I'm gonna check it in case it's trapped, but yeah.
Roll investigation for traps. Don't look to be any traps.
Okay. Sebastian, would you open this for me?
Let's have Sebastian roll a strength check.
You really are trying to get Sebastian killed, aren't you?
I am not. There's no traps. I'm
Then why
certain that
wouldn't
there
you
are no
go
traps
protect
on this box.
yourself?
Because she's not strong enough.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
nailed shut.
Forget that you have such noodle arms sometimes.
With a
My
little bit of
arms are not
effort,
noodles.
with a little bit of effort, Sebastian uses his pickaxe to kind of, as a crowbar, to open
Leverage it open.
gets leveraged open,
Okay, maybe your arms are noodles, but do you have guns like these and then those legs?
inside here are 300 wrapped ingots.
What kind of ingots?
Well, you want to open one of them? They're wrapped in burlap.
I'm going to pull one of them out of the box. Very, like struggle with it and unwrap it and look at the ingot.
Well, you won't struggle with this. It only weighs 2 pounds.
Okay, I won't struggle with it then.
But it is an iron ingot stamped with a foaming mug symbol.
Okay. Have I seen this symbol before, Helen?
Wait, is this the card from the dwarfs?
I think it is.
Because they were carrying iron. Specifically the black iron, right? Or whatever it was called.
Oh, what session were we asked to do this?
The first one.
If I was like, this was like
This
very
session
first
was.
quest.
Oh,
It's like first or second session. Yeah.
I didn't record what was in there, but I remember they were specifically
I'll
working
have to
for that
admit,
one
my
blacksmith.
note-taking abilities are lacking.
Well, don't worry. There's the
I-
VODs you can go watch on YouTube.
I should actually probably go through and actually make notes, shouldn't I?
I mean, it's available to you. I'm not going to tell you you have to.
You can do what you want. I've
But I
been
do
taking
specifically
notes, though.
remember
Yeah,
they
but-
were working for the blacksmith that makes the shitty swords that Celeste
Yeah.
doesn't like. And I remember we only took the quest because Celeste was like something about wanting to get the iron and maybe burn it. I don't remember exactly, but I remember there was iron in the slide that we were looking for.
Yeah, I feel like I should, but I don't like listening to my voice on recording.
I know that feeling.
I feel
I
that
didn't
too.
even listen to my own VODs, Helly.
Same.
Helly, question.
How do you edit when you can't listen to them?
What's editing?
What's your question,
Ah.
X?
Would it be reasonable for us to stack the iron in our cart, in our sled?
So there is... the contents of this is 600 pounds.
Okay, so probably not. Can we attach this sled to the back of ours?
You could probably salvage the bear straps that were on the other wagon that aren't completely shredded and burned, and could probably fashion a type of rope to that to tie it to your wagon
anybody-
behind.
Does anybody
I
have
had
any
hemp
ideas on
rope.
how they would do
I do have hemp rope if we need to use it.
that? Which would be able to handle this, honestly.
Yeah, I have 50 feet of hemp and rope.
We could tow this back to Kaer Konig and possibly sell it, say that we found it in a band of goblins. Strap a couple goblins on top as proof. We don't necessarily have to bring this back to the Black Irons. I'm sure that
Black
someone will figure it out for us.
As the DM, I will
It's
remind
all that we
you,
would bring back there.
you were promised rewards for bringing this back to Bryn Schreider.
We could.
We're
we
already
will
going
get a
back to
reward-
Bryn
and
Shander
we are-
anyway.
So we could just bring it with us, especially since we don't intend on getting in any more fights after this. And Helly, is this like almost certainly the cart that we were looking for, or one like it?
They can confirm if it is or not, and if it's not, we sell it.
It definitely fits. The shoe definitely fits.
Okay, so this is if this isn't the cart, then at the very least it's another one of the exact same type.
Yes.
Got it. Well, I see no reason why we can't continue down this path anyways and see if maybe more carts got left along the way, build a little train, and slowly make our way back to Bryn Shander after we clear that fortress.
Sounds like a
Plus,
good
it gives
plan.
us a couple more sleds to pile the stuff that we are bringing back to Kaer Konig.
Sounds
Very
like a
true.
plan to me.
All right. And I think that will end it for us here tonight, because it is getting late.
MEB.
That slightly broken things. Just fix that. There we go.
What did you?
Showing the image to you guys all. Showing the image of the wagon to you guys also showed it to my user that I have for HP tracking.
Ah.
So that was covering over some of the HP.
I see.
It's fixed now.
Question, Ellie.
Yes.
Wait, I forgot my question. Never mind.
Well, then I will end. We will end this for this evening, and we'll be back again next week. So I hope to see everybody there. And remember, these videos are also on YouTube, so if you want to watch everything leading up to this point, feel free to tune in there. So say goodbye, everybody.
There's a lot of
Goodbye,
awkward
everybody.
flirting. I would watch it. Bye.